views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. Is the power grid on the verge of collapse after New Providence hit by hours-long blackouts over the weekend? The F&M says the government needs to come clean on BPL and stop trying to fool the public as BPL probes a corruption claim. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
It's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Monday, July 6th, 2026. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Duquesa Dean will be here on a Monday, filling in for DeAndre Cartwright. Also this morning, we'll be talking with Tampa General about the work they are doing in the fight against cancer and more. And later in business, we're talking with the National Training Agency about what they've been able to accomplish and talk about some of the success stories as well. That's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and it is time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while we're sleeping at the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, thousands of residents on New Providence plunged into darkness over the weekend after power outages rocked the capital. The outages started from Friday and led to a loss of power and failure of generators at Princess Margaret Hospital and Atlantis Paradise Island, to name a few. On Sunday, BPL said a lightning strike at its Blue Hills power station triggered a widespread outage across communities all over the island, leaving residents without electricity for hours. Last night at 8:54 p.m., BPL said it restored power to 65% of consumers. It said the team had been advised that the fault on one of the bus interconnectors at the Blue Hills power station was preventing full restoration of the power plant, resulting in numerous areas remaining offline. It estimated that power would be restored to most areas by midnight. The outages, just another part of BPL's growing pains, their words, which have seen power outages on multiple islands in the country in recent weeks. It was also a stark difference from the promise made by Energy Minister JoBeth Colby-Davis last month that BPL was prepared for a peak summer demand of 300 megawatts on New Providence, 27 megawatts on Abaco, and 20.5 megawatts on Eleuthera. Sunday at 10:30 a.m., BPL advised that the Blue Hill Power Station had lost power. BPL Director of Energy Supply Jeffrey Davis confirmed that the source of the outage was a lightning strike, which prompted an explosion at Substation B at that Blue Hills power station. BPL released a video of the aftermath of the explosion, which showed equipment at the station smoking. In an update released at 4 p.m., BPL stated that technicians were able to restore power to about 60% of consumers supplied by the Blue Hill power station. But it advised that during initial restoration efforts, the team was able to restore power to about 50% of consumers, but the team began to isolate the fault on the Ernest Street South Circuit, which balances the Blue Hills power station, and that caused it to trip offline, resulting in the loss of power to all consumers supplied by the power station, including most of eastern and in southeastern and southern New Providence. BPL said that restoration efforts remained throughout the day. A series of announcements on their social media throughout the day yesterday. Meanwhile, in a statement Friday, the Public Hospitals Authority advised that an outage from last week was affecting PMH's medical block, including the dialysis unit. Atlantis was also impacted by the lull in power a few days ago. Some guests reported frustrations with the power loss, including with elevator service. One tourist staying at the Royal Towers wrote in a social media post that they'd been stuck in an elevator for nearly an hour with their family and were only rescued after other guests heard them calling for help. Meanwhile, following the multiple outages across New Providence in the last 3 days, Shadow Minister of Energy Dr. Andre Rollins and FNM Deputy Leader Shannon Cartwright calling on the Davis administration to come clean on the status of the country's electricity grid and saying, quote, "Stop trying to fool the public." Both releasing separate statements on the blackouts that have impacted residents all over the capital. Rollins, the Long Island MP, saying, quote, "A few weeks ago, following widespread outages in New Providence, Energy Minister JoBeth Colby-Davis insisted that BPL had enough generation capacity to meet summer demand. So what happened? What is the state of the generation capacity today?" Cartwright said BPL's failure to keep the power on is no longer just a household problem, but an economic one, saying that the nation's commerce had been slowed in many cases and brought to a screeching halt. And Bahamas Electrical Workers Union President Kyle Wilson claiming that an outside contractor of BPL attempted to bribe him. Wilson's report to the BPL CEO on the matter earlier this year triggered an internal investigation into alleged corruption practices within the state-owned power provider. Wilson said the bribery attempt was witnessed by several BPL colleagues who signed his letter reporting the matter, claimed that those individuals who were involved in confirming the incident have in recent times been subjected to victimization. BPL did not address the explosive claims directly, but the Ministry of Energy, Utilities, and Aviation said it was aware of Wilson's statements. In a devastating turn of events, 19-year-old Keno Gordon, who was saving for college, has succumbed to injuries from an horrific crash on Shirley Street that also claimed the lives of 4 others just a few days earlier. Gordon died in the hospital on Saturday morning after sustaining head injuries during the June 28th crash. The teen graduated from Old Bight High School in Cat Island in 2024 and came to New Providence for work. Gordon's death brings the total number of fatalities arising from the accident to 5. The crash also claimed the lives of 17-year-old Diamond Stubbs, 18-year-old Patricia Brown, 19-year-old Evelina Johnson, and 18-year-old Stania Webb. All 4 victims were among 8 passengers involved in the accident. The only surviving female in the car reportedly sustained injuries to her leg and pelvis. A flyer seeking urgent blood donations made the rounds on social media over the weekend. The 7th victim remains in hospital, while the 8th victim, the driver, has since been released and was assisting police in their investigations. The Ministry of Transport and the Port Department saying a marine accident on Saturday claimed the life of 1 passenger aboard a vessel heading for Spanish Key, Abaco. 7 people were on the boat when the vessel encountered difficulties while at sea. All 7 passengers entered the water during the incident and 6 were rescued and brought to shore. However, 1 man was later found dead. The ministry says that while the investigation continues, its concern lies with those affected by the loss. The ministry is urging members of the public against speculation as authorities continue to gather information regarding the incident. A magistrate dismissing charges against 3 men accused of looting the U.S.-registered Brooklyn Bridge cargo barge. Prosecutors allege that Darren Lightburn and Fariel McIntosh stole appliances and electronics valued at $500,000 from the barge after it ran aground in Abaco in November 2025. Mozelle Smith is accused of receiving appliances from the looted barge. They denied the allegations. When they appeared before Acting Assistant Chief Magistrate LaQuay Lang on June 26th, defense lawyer Terrell Butler argued that there was no case against Lightburn and McIntosh because there was no complainant. Butler submitted that the owners of the barge never gave statements to the police. Instead, they took a statement from the person who was hired to inspect and tow the barge. She argued that the subcontractor did not have the standing to make a complaint. Lang agreed and dismissed the case against McIntosh and Lightburn. Smith, who did not have a lawyer, was also acquitted as a result of Butler's submission. And a man accused of raping a teenage boy has been granted $9,000 bail. Prosecutors allege that in October 2025, 20-year-old Lavardo Newton restrained a 14-year-old boy who lives in his neighborhood and sexually assaulted him. Newton has denied the allegation and is presumed innocent until the charge of unlawful sexual intercourse with a minor of the same sex is proven. He was formally charged on December 1st, and his lawyer argued that he had no pending matters or prior convictions. The lawyer arguing that the prosecution had produced no evidence that Newton would fail to surrender, commit further offenses, interfere with witnesses, or obstruct the course of justice if granted bail. The prosecution objected to Newton's release on the basis that he lives in the same community as his alleged victim. They raised concerns about the safety of the alleged victim, witness interference, and possibility that Newton would not appear for his trial. Justice Deron Ellis found that there was no evidence that Newton would abscond or commit further offenses. He added that there was no evidence that Newton had contacted the complainant. As a condition of bail, Newton cannot come within 100 feet of the alleged victim and has to wear an ankle monitor and sign with the police. Overseas, Russia launching waves of missiles and drones at Kyiv earlier today, killing at least 12 people in an attack that exposed widening gaps in Ukraine's air defenses. All the ballistic missiles launched by Russia struck their targets, underscoring Kyiv's need for more Patriot interceptor missiles, a point Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will likely reiterate at a NATO summit in Ankara, Turkey. The attack coming hours after Zelensky warned that a large-scale attack was imminent. A further 60 people were wounded, according to Zelensky, as emergency workers combed through rubble looking for survivors at residential high-rises in 2 locations that suffered direct hits. Days earlier, on Thursday, a Russian strike killed 31 people in Kyiv, the deadliest for the capital this year. Russia's defense ministry said the bombardment was retaliation for Ukraine's recent long-range strikes, which have caused severe fuel shortages and pressured Russian President Vladimir Putin. More than 4 years after Moscow launched its full-scale invasion of its neighbor, Ukraine's advances in drone technology have given it an edge in recent months. Strikes on supply routes behind the front line have stripped the Russian army of momentum on the battlefield, slowing its advance and driving up the cost.
This is Sports Update.
In sports, a boisterous home crowd, a flurry of highlight reel dunks, and motivated Valdez VJ Edgecombe Jr. Exactly what Team Bahamas needed to secure a wire-to-wire 123-74 victory over Jamaica in Window 3 of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup Americas qualifiers Friday night at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. It was a much-needed win for the Bahamas senior men's basketball team, as it now is one victory away from securing a spot in the round 2 of the qualifiers. The host team jumped ahead of Jamaica in the Group B standings and now sports a 2-3 record with 7 points. While the victory was a stepping stone in the right direction, the job's not done for Team Bahamas. It'll need to carry its momentum into today's game against Puerto Rico to advance to round 2 of the FIBA Basketball World Cup Americas qualifiers. That game set for tonight, right here in Nassau at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Following just one season with the Los Angeles Lakers, Bahamian NBA center DeAndre Ayton has been traded to the Washington Wizards for the 2026-27 season. The 27-year-old Ayton traded to Washington in exchange for guard Jaden Hardy and 2 Wizards second-round picks in 2031 and 2032. The Bahamian big man is now set to join his 4th NBA team following tenures with the Phoenix Suns, who selected him first overall in the 2018 NBA draft, the Portland Trailblazers, and the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers continue to construct their roster around starting point guard Luka Doncic, following the departure of LeBron James via free agency. The Bahamas Aquatics Federation is hoping to see the nation bring home its 4th consecutive title at the 2026 Goodwill Games, scheduled for August 14th through 16th in Trinidad and Tobago. The Federation recently naming the team set to represent the country at the regional competition. All the names, everything you need to know in today's Guardian Sports section. For the World Cup, England handing Mexico its first World Cup loss at a stadium in Mexico, winning 3-2 to reach the quarterfinals. And Norway beating Brazil, a 5-time champion, 2-1 to reach the World Cup quarterfinals. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump apparently intervened on behalf of U.S. star forward Folarin Balogun, whose red card suspension was lifted in a decision that allows him to play in a World Cup match against Belgium today. Balogun, the American leader with 3 goals in the tournament, received a red card for stepping awkwardly on the right ankle of a Bosnian player, triggering an automatic 1-game suspension. FIFA announced Sunday that the suspension has been lifted for the round of 16 match, an extraordinary move that triggered praise from Trump and outrage from Belgium's team. It appeared to be the first time since 1962 that a red card during a World Cup didn't result in a suspension. Trump called FIFA President Gianni Infantino after the game, asking FIFA to review the red card, according to a person who spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity. Trump saying in a statement on social media, quote, "Thank you to FIFA for doing what was right and reversing a great injustice." Meanwhile, the Royal Belgian Football Association said it was astonished, and Belgium's coach mocking FIFA's action. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather. Your first look at weather brought to you by Star General. We've got a heat advisory in effect for the northern Bahamas, Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini specifically, and a dust advisory is in effect for the central and southeast Bahamas, as well as the Turks and Caicos Islands. Residents with respiratory conditions need to take necessary precautions. So, we're dealing with moisture associated with the northern extent of a tropical wave currently moving south of Cuba. That's going to continue to spark moderate to locally heavy showers and thunderstorms, mainly across the northern islands today. High pressure building behind that wave will usher in gusty winds and increasingly drier and stable conditions as a thick plume of Saharan dust will move into the central and southeast Bahamas beginning today through tonight. There is a moderate risk for isolated strong to severe thunderstorms, especially for the northern and northwest Bahamas. And there's a slight to moderate risk of localized flooding during prolonged rainfall events in low-lying and flood-prone areas. There's also a moderate risk of rip currents for all waters of the central and southeast Bahamas. So your forecast for today for the northern half of the country, partly cloudy to cloudy, with a few breaks possible for the northernmost islands, but turning mostly fair with hazy conditions for the rest of the northwest Bahamas tonight. A 40 to 60% chance of showers with thunderstorms for the northernmost islands, decreasing to about 20 to 40% chance by tonight. 30 to 50% chance of showers with thunderstorms for the rest of the northwest Bahamas, including New Providence, decreasing to about 10 to 30% chance by tonight. The central and southeast islands looking at a mix of sun and clouds today, hazy conditions turning mostly fair tonight. A bit sunnier for the southeasternmost islands. Only about a 10 to 20% chance of showers with possible thunderstorms. Winds southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, falling light and variable at times for the northernmost islands. East-southeast to south-southeast at 10 to 15 knots, falling light and variable at times for the northwest Bahamas. East to southeast at 10 to 15 knots with higher gusts, increasing to 15 knots tonight for the central and southeast Bahamas. Temperatures today look for highs around 90, 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. The heat index will make you feel like it's 104 Fahrenheit, 40 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to a warm 80, 81 Fahrenheit, 27 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook and a look at the tropics coming up in just a bit. This weather check brought to you by Star General Insurance, made simple.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start.
You are listening to Morning Blend. When we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on your home for fresh news and smart talk all day. Guardian Radio 96.9.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
The Progressive Jackpot is on fire at Everybody Wins Live. First, a player won over $20,000 in cash. Then, another player took home over $30,000 in cash. That's more than $50,000 in jackpot winnings already. Now, the jackpot has reset and is growing again. With a minimum $10 bet, you could be eligible for the next big win. Lottery, casino, and sportsbook. Only at Everybody Wins Live, where winnings live.
Mic drop.
Get ready to experience the sights, sounds, and flavors of Bahamian culture with the return of Gombe Summer Festival across the islands of the Bahamas. Follow Tourism Today Bahamas for festival dates and the latest updates. The road to Gombe starts now.
Yes, we go and go. Yes, we go and go. Come, let's spend that day. Everybody say, we go and go, babe. Come, let's go, babe. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up.
Lace up, Bahamas, it's time to move. Join the Water and Sewage Corporation's 50th anniversary Fun Run Walk, Saturday, July 4th. Whether you're 12 and under or 60 plus, there's a category for you. Registration is $35 adults, $15 for kids, and the first 150 get free anniversary merch. Registration opens 5 a.m., race time 6 a.m. sharp. Check our social pages for details and to register. 50 years of nation building. The future flows through us. See you at the starting line.
Looking to elevate your gadget game or a tech trouble simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
At RBC, we think it's your ideas that build a life. And sometimes, to keep an idea moving forward, you need a little help. That's why with the loan from RBC, there are no upfront bank fees. And with up to 100% financing, up to 10 years to repay, and competitive rates and terms, there's never been a better time to start the conversation. Let's talk loans. Visit rbc.com/loans today. Your idea of getting there happens here. Conditions apply, subject to normal lending criteria.
Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Bank with CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening, we know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
Cool. I just paid my insurance premium online.
That is cool. But how about an insurance portal that does that and more? NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers gives you access to a full-service insurance portal where you can get an instant quote, renew, pay, and manage your documents. All fully online. With NUA, you have so much more than just a payment portal. You have a complete insurance portal. Start now with an instant quote at nuainsurance.com.
Get ready to experience the sights, sounds, and flavors of Bahamian culture with the return of Gombe Summer Festival across the islands of the Bahamas. Follow Tourism Today Bahamas for festival dates and the latest updates. The road to Gombe starts now.
Yes, we go and go. Yes, we go and go. Come, let's spend that day. Everybody say, we go and go, babe. Come, let's go, babe.
Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Bank with CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening, we know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
At Star General, you can go gold. Comprehensive car insurance covers loss or damage from accidents, fire, theft, and third-party liability. But the Gold package gives you increased coverage for rental car and windscreen, personal accident, medical benefits, deductible waiver, and 24-hour roadside assistance where available. Our Star General Gold package also gives you up to $2,500 for accidental damage to a rental car anywhere in the Bahamas. Go gold with Star General. Insurance made simple.
In the world of business, technology is not a choice. It's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands like HP, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the know-how team at 396-1101.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Put more money back in your pocket with the Fidelity Debt Consolidation Loan. Why pay more when you can pay less? Reduce your monthly debt payments down to one low, easy payment. Apply for a Fidelity Debt Consolidation Loan today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line, powered by BTC 422-4796. Standard text rates apply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Joining me now, DeQuesta Dean. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. DeQuesta's here on a Monday. Deandra is going to be here tomorrow.
Happy Monday, guys. Happy New Week.
And she sounds very happy despite the torture.
Oh, it was torturous.
From yesterday. We'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah, it was torturous.
We're going to talk about that a lot this morning. But also this morning, we're going to be talking with the folks from Tampa General. And they're going to be talking about the work they do, and especially the work against cancer. And later in business, the National Training Agency is scheduled to be with us. We're going to find out about the work they do and some of their success stories. So that's all ahead on this Monday. First Monday of July.
Oh, yes.
2026.
The 7th month of the year.
Halfway through.
Quick so.
Unbelievable.
It feels like the year just started.
Get your Christmas ornaments out.
You may as well.
Anyway, let's get into what else is in the news. And in the news, I'm so drained. I don't even know if I have the energy to have this conversation today. But this is crazy, and it wasn't just New Providence, but New Providence really hit hard yesterday. Big headline in the Nassau Guardian: blackout. BPL says a lightning strike caused it. But there were outages all weekend in various spots. From Friday, Saturday, affecting PMH, affecting Atlantis, and then Sunday, almost everybody. Not everybody, apparently, but almost
a small
everybody.
margin of people not, but the majority of...
Most people tortured yesterday. Some more than 12 hours out. Some people coming on just about midnight.
I was at 1 a.m.
You were 1 a.m.
From 10.
From 10, just after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We all went out. I came on just before 7.
Lucky.
Yeah, so it was a work.
Right. Do you hear that?
You're upset? You're upset about that? Why are you?
No, we're happy for you.
He didn't sound happy.
He's just in shock that you were on for that early.
Some people didn't go out.
Yeah.
Let's be angry at that.
Yeah.
Anyway. But others not till after 10.
Yeah. It was horrible.
And at least it was a lot of cloud cover, so it wasn't the hottest day of the year.
That was one thing I was grateful for, that it wasn't one of those overly hot, sunny days.
But almost all of New Providence took to the streets.
Yeah.
Every single fast food restaurant or the lines were
Everywhere,
wrapped around.
everywhere that there was air
wrapped around.
conditioned, people were flocking
But
to
also
as
the
well.
drive-thrus
Yeah,
as well.
the drive-thrus too.
And then I've things I've never
Some
seen.
people couldn't cook.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
many
know,
people can't.
someone told me that their stove is electric.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
yeah,
In the Bahamas,
yeah,
you gotta be. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
It's wild.
So,
But hey, they steal your gas tanks if you don't have electric stoves too. So you can't win.
Yeah.
You can't win around here. But I saw it yesterday. Things I haven't seen. People parked on the side of the beach or anywhere there was water, and where you never see cars.
Yeah.
You saw them yesterday. It's people were seeking relief.
yeah, my husband and I were driving, and we passed a few homes, and there were like some elderly people just sitting out front in chairs, like everyone just trying to get some type of relief, and it was heartbreaking. Yeah. It was heartbreaking. And why does lightning strike the same place over and over again? I thought it doesn't strike the same place twice. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, lightning has it out for certain people and corporations, clearly, if you believe them. But so here's the official story from BPL. Our Caitlin Babb writing about it. So thousands of residents of New Providence were plunged into darkness over the weekend after power outages rocked the capital. The outages started from Friday and led to loss of power and failure of generators at Princess Margaret Hospital and Atlantis, Paradise Island. By Sunday, BPL said a lightning strike at its Blue Hills power station, and we all, you know these, you know how it works around here, because when the started early, the thunder and the lightning,
Yeah, it did.
like watch this electricity to foolishness, right?
Right, but we didn't expect all of that.
Didn't expect it to go on for hours.
Right.
But I said, watch this.
Right.
And of course, as predicted. But anyway, it said a lightning strike struck the Blue Hills power station and triggered a widespread outage across communities in New Providence, leaving residents without electricity for hours. By 8:54 last night, BPL said it restored power to 65% of consumers in New Providence. It said the team had advised that the fault on one of the bus interconnectors of the Blue Hills power station was preventing full restoration of the power plant, resulting in numerous areas remaining offline. It's a whole list of areas. Restoration time had been scheduled for around 12 a.m. DeQuesta, you said you came on at 1. My goodness. The outages, just another part of BPL's so-called growing pains, which have seen power outages on multiple islands in the country in recent weeks. By the way, if you're listening to us on a radio, you're going to have challenges, thanks to, in part, to what happened yesterday.
Wow.
We were off yesterday due to a major problem as a result of the outage at our transmitter site. Many of the stations across New Providence were out yesterday. And we're on low power at the moment as our equipment was damaged and lots of things have to be done. So we're going to be good. We've been good. Yesterday we were good online and on the apps and stuff like that. So that is an issue. But if you're on 96.9, we're on low power and you will have challenges across the island when you get to various parts because I don't think we're covering the whole island.
Oh, wow.
And that may be a few days. So bear with us while we try to deal with this. Thank you, BPL.
Wow.
But some other issues at play, not just entirely BPL,
right.
but that, well, of course, it
Yeah,
didn't
the
start.
major, right.
It didn't start till yesterday, right?
Right.
Hmm.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So it was also a stark difference from the promise made by Minister of Energy, Utilities and Aviation, Jo Beth Colby Davis, last month, who said that BPL was prepared for a peak summer demand of 300 megawatts in New Providence, 27 megawatts in Abaco, and 20.5 megawatts in Eleuthera. By Sunday at 10:30 a.m., BPL advised the Blue Hills Power Station had lost supply. BPL Director of Energy Supply Jeffrey Davis confirmed that the source of the outage was a lightning strike, which prompted an explosion at Substation B at the Blue Hills Power Station. And so he said, amidst the reports of severe lightning in the area, there was a system disturbance that impacted all generation at Blue Hills Power Station and some generation at the Clifton Pier Power Station, with accompanying reports of explosion of at 33 kV substation. Well, okay, whatever. Well, it doesn't matter. The power was off and off for hours. And all kinds of excuses, and then this caused another fault at another station, and that affected more people. It was are you following them now on their WhatsApp page?
No.
Oh man,
No,
it
I'm
is
not.
probably
I'm
the
getting
most-
the messages though. People
Yeah,
are
I
sharing
bet.
them, but
you can see how many people share it.
yeah.
It's probably the most active WhatsApp page in the world because I mean they
Yesterday,
are
for sure.
Oh, every day. Go back in history and look. It's like multiple. Like, good Lord, what is going on?
Why don't we deserve stable energy? But why? Why?
That's another story. But we're not getting it for sure. We're not getting it for sure. So there's a whole lot more. The hospital talking about how this affected them. Atlantis, guests complaining about it. Just crazy stuff. So everybody's asking what's going on. The F&M says the government needs to come clean. Because, and here's the thing, before we get to what the F&M is saying. So this is what we were told, right? There's so many different stories, it's hard to keep track. But we were told, yes, we know we have a terrible grid.
Right.
We know that the transmission and distribution system was a mess.
Right.
This is why the deal with Pike
Exactly.
and Island Grid and Bahamas Grid, right? So
Right.
that they'd come in here, stabilize it, so that if you crashed your car into a pole, it wouldn't
Right.
cause everybody to go off. If there's a lightning strike, it wouldn't cause, right? Isn't that
Right.
what we were told?
Right.
And then they still had a lot of work to do, and they were wrapping up last month. Have they wrapped up? Have they not finished? Because
Who's following what they're
well, I
doing?
mean, no one's talking.
Right. So how do we know what's been done from what hasn't been done?
You ask BPL something, they tell you to go to talk to Bahamas Grid. We don't know who they are. They aren't talking. Nobody's saying anything. Today, I couldn't believe it. I saw a BEC truck, not BPL, not BGC, not Pike, but a BEC truck. And people were up there in the bucket truck and like,
It's confusing. But it also gives opportunity for blame casting.
that's what everyone's doing.
It definitely gives the opportunity to say, well, this one's responsibility, that one's responsibility.
It reminds me of the
et
World
cetera.
Cup. They just kick this ball over there.
Yeah,
and then,
over
you
there.
know,
Right. So, yeah. You know, it's so frustrating yesterday, too, sitting in that situation and seeing Family Island people sharing that, oh, y'all just getting a taste of what we deal with almost every day. And it isn't until you...
Which island?
Well, this is Eleuthera. And it's really not until you feel it. Do you stand and you could try to empathize with someone, but it isn't until you really feel
But some people in New Providence
that.
have been experiencing that every day
every
as well.
single day.
Every day.
That's crazy, Dwight. That's insane.
Yeah. And many are wondering, like, what are we going to hear? Are we going to hear from folks? Are we going to hear from the minister? Are we going to hear from the prime minister?
They're
Are we
gonna
going to
send
hear
out
from the
WhatsApp.
CEO? Are we
They're
going to
gonna
hear
send
from
out
the chair?
WhatsApp.
Are we going to hear from anybody?
Dwight, we know what's going to happen. They're sending out a bunch of WhatsApp. Then we're going to have a statement from the office of the prime minister.
Are you?
It's gonna
I don't even think we're
It's
gonna
going to
get
be
that.
a very generic statement.
I doubt it.
Right? Because the prime minister... and any government, not just the PLP government, any government should be concerned about its citizenship and making sure that we have access to stable energy, that we have a certain standard of living. Like, I mean, families couldn't cook yesterday. Families couldn't have Sunday dinner together. Families had to be jammed up in a car. Where's the consideration for the quality of life of the people that live in this country?
Even worse, people with health conditions. Can you imagine what
Exactly.
they went through for more than 12 hours?
Yes, I can imagine. I can definitely imagine.
Yeah.
So we and you know every government comes in and says, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then 5 years later we find ourselves in a worse situation than it was before. Like, when does electricity grid, whatever thing that people connect to when they pay for electricity service, when last has the capacity been increased? Because we have new homes building. Almost every day, people are applying for service. When is it at its max capacity that it can't support that anymore? Or are we just going to keep loading it? Like, what? Tell us, what's the plan? What is going on?
They say that's what they're doing, but the evidence doesn't back it up.
My point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So the opposition calling for answers. Headline, F&M says government needs to come clean on BPL and stop trying to fool the public. Artanika Thompson writing about it. So following the multiple power outages across New Providence in the last 3 days, Shadow Minister of Energy, Dr. Andre Rollins, and F&M Deputy Leader Shannon Dawn Cartwright called on the Davis administration to come clean on the status of the country's electricity grid and stop trying to fool the public. They released separate statements on the blackouts that have impacted all over, everyone, all over New Providence, thousands of restaurants, businesses, and homes across the capital. Rollins saying, quote, a few weeks ago, following power... let's get this right. Following widespread outages in New Providence, Energy Minister JoBeth Colby Davis insisted that the Bahamas Power and Light had enough generation capacity to meet summer demand. So what happened? What is the state of the generation capacity today? Less than a month since the minister's statement, the country and New Providence are plagued with catastrophic and daily electricity blackouts, sometimes lasting hours upon hours. What is the minister's excuse this time? Power losses at Princess Margaret Hospital have resulted in the inability to provide dialysis to patients. Businesses without generators cannot transact credit card payments. And Bahamians who cannot afford the expensive purchasing generators are suffering in the sweltering heat in their homes or going for a drive in their cars on roads where traffic lights are inoperable due to the ongoing power failure. My goodness.
Exactly.
Wow. As we told you earlier, people said they were stuck in elevators at Atlantis even.
It's insanity.
Meanwhile, Cartwright said BPL's failure to keep the power on is no longer just a household problem, but an economic one, saying, quote, our nation's commerce has been slowed and in many cases brought to a screeching halt. The outages continue to paralyze Bahamian lives and are now a direct threat to the Bahamian economy. Every blackout shuts down a small business, restaurants lose food, shops lose sales. Bahamian consumers and businesses are also paying for it twice, first in higher light bills, second in diesel for generators that eat away at already thin margins. And let me add, eating away at your data because you can't be on Wi-Fi. And so,
All
man,
of that.
it's just crazy.
And not just small businesses, like other residents that have generators too. Like they don't run free. You have to service them. You have to buy fuel for them, just like businesses. That's an additional cost.
Yeah. Cartwright says that cost gets passed to Bahamians in the grocery store and the guests in the hotel. Investors watch this. No company will expand here if they cannot trust the power. Commerce is being affected on Bay Street as businesses have been unable to process credit card transactions. This is not energy reform. It is failed policy. A country cannot grow in the dark. Power generation is the foundation of tourism, financial services, and small business. It impacts the lives of each and every Bahamian. When BPL fails, jobs fail. When BPL fails, the Bahamas fails. Back to Rollins, he said Bahamians deserve more than deflections from the government, saying, quote, instead of more spin, evasions, contradictions, deflections, and foolishness, the Davis administration needs to be honest and open and honest about the generation, transmission, and other problems causing the blackouts. Has the government's PR on BPL moved into the territory of fabrication? Whoa. Minister Colby Davis needs to come clean on the facts and stop trying to fool the Bahamian people who are suffering because of the government's neglect and massive incompetence. Wow. Let's hear from you folks. How angry are you about this nonsense? And again, they're not really talking. They're using this WhatsApp channel, as the question said, that's it, the primary means of communication. Now, nobody's speaking to us. And they keep putting it on BGC, which might as well be a company on Mars. They're not talking. What is going on? They think there was a weird statement last week. We'll get to what they said, but it was... Don't know what's going on. 323-6232. How did this impact you yesterday? 325-4316. 325-4259. Call us toll free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. BGC's statement was that progress was made on the electricity grid.
What is progress?
Ha!
What exactly is progress?
This is the same thing you're talking about, amid increased demand.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
You know, I wonder if they, and as in they, all of these cooperations with issues that give service to the Bahamian people, realize if they were just transparent and honest, if they came out and say it that, hey, you know, we're hanging on by the last thread, this is what the challenge is, that is what the challenge is. From 1973 to now, we're running on the same systems, blah, 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 whatever. This is what's going to take. It might be a little inconvenient, but this is the plan that we have here. Here's how we're going to fix it. Bahamians might be more tolerable if they see the progress, right? If you say this is a situation and you outline what the challenge is, you say what the solution is going to be, and you take action on that solution and give continuous feedback to the Bahamian people about what you've done so far, people may be more tolerant instead of just sitting in the dark.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I mean, you would think.
Yeah,
you would think.
Right.
You would think.
So
I think whenever the government's involved, though, it becomes so much more
a high
complicated.
level of mistrust between the government and people. Right? You want your citizenship to trust you. And that trust happens through vulnerability as well. Yes, we all know.
I don't know if they care if we trust them.
They have to. You have to care that your people trust you. Otherwise, who's benefiting from being in government? It's definitely not us. It's not us.
But you knew that, though. You've known that for a long time. And yet here we are.
Agree.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what our callers say. We'll see what people say they want now. Will they demand it? Will it just be us saying that we need these people to come forward and speak to us? All of them. Everybody involved. BPL, the BGC, whatever's left of Pike or whatever they did so they can explain what they did. All the cabinet, everybody, speak to us.
And be honest.
Try, at least. What say you, caller? Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning to each of you, and good morning to Dwight of the Bahamas.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, everything that the question just asked about does not exist. And Dwight, you have been on this for 10 years, and over the last 3 to 5 years, I said that by the end of 2025, that we will see a collapse of the grid. If you go back, you can go back to the Minister of Energy when she said that they did what they did because they were facing imminent collapse of the grid. It's in your paper. But still, they brought no strategy as the way it is. I argue that we have a $1 billion legacy debt. I argue that we need $2 billion to retrofit our current grid for the 21st century. This is not guessing. This is database analysis. And I've argued that we will not progress in the 21st century. I don't care what type of economic model you come up with. Energy is the bloodline of the 21st century.
Okay.
Now, with data coming.
We've got a lot of calls coming in, Seattle.
No, I'm just simply saying this. Unless we begin to ask them, not ask them with the blackout, you need to ask them to present to you the plan and the framework so you could read what it says that gives you the gap analysis, cost analysis, and time analysis. Other than that, you're going to keep getting stung by government.
Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let's take another call. Good morning, caller. You're live on the air.
Hey, Dwight and Bequesta, good morning.
Good morning.
One of the lines in the statement that you read from the opposition is quite interesting. It said an economy cannot grow in the dark. Interesting because I read somewhere where there are two very important dark points in the life of humans. One is before birth and at death when you're in the grave. Question is, which one of those points is BPL at?
Ha!
And I thought that was quite interesting to point out the adverse economic impact that BPL's performance is having on the Bahamian people at large. Now, interestingly, because it's affecting businesses, we can also argue that it's an economic loss. But I think the more powerful question is, as DeQuesta was pointing out, is the ordinary average person who is already struggling below and hovering over the poverty line. This kind of experience is only pushing them further into poverty. It's not sustainable for the poor man.
Yeah.
And that's where the rubber meets the road, because if as a government you are busy enacting taxes on people, which you cannot meet the basic obligations in helping those people that you should put in place to help those people thrive, you have no business asking the Bahamian people to bear additional taxes and burden in taxes. And that is what is eating away at my moral compass this morning, because I do not think that it is morally acceptable for the government of the Bahamas to ask the Bahamian people to pay a penny more in taxes when over the past couple of months you have wreaked havoc on the pockets of Bahamian people.
Wow.
And that is my concern this morning.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. My goodness. Let's take this call. We've got a whole lot of your text messages. People are not happy this morning. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air.
Oh, so you're not having a good morning? Well, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Yeah, Dwight, when you look at the stress demand on our grid, on the poor managed grid, we can expect these things to happen as we get, summer kicks in. But what I find interesting to listen to and look at is a confession that was made by the minister when she said it on a number of times. We are experiencing growing pains. Now, that sort of ties me back to an infant stage. The pain you get with your teeth coming off for the first time. So is she actually confessing to us that all this money we spent to pipe... Well, wait, by the way, what happened to those Godzilla engines? All that money we spent on new engines, we still growing? And we're going to experience growing pains? You realize what she's confessing to us? We're spending your money, but not on you.
Wow.
All right?
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, someone's messaging about static. Yeah, we're going to have issues on 96.9. If you're listening there, we lots of challenges as a result of yesterday. So you're going to have to bear with us if you're listening on the radio, but we're good on our social media. On our internet platforms, I guess, GuardianTalkRadio.com and our apps, and of course through the cable providers. They all have their apps as well, and you can listen to us on your televisions and many other ways. Okay, lots of text messages. This person says here, it is time that the Prime Minister appoints a new Energy and Aviation Minister. Colby Davis has been a total failure in both ministries. Time for her to be moved. She's lost the confidence of the Bahamian people. That's a text. This person says here, the Blue Hills Estates area, the power was off for 12 hours. It was like a nightmare in the unbearable heat. Heads must roll. MP JoBeth Colby Davis needs to be fired from the ministry immediately. We are tired of her flowery speeches. Nothing seems to be working under this PLP government. Wow. This person says here, I live in the Deep South. Our power was out from 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. last night. I'm not surprised. It's the summer, and BPL has done it again. Well, they say it was lightning.
Right.
But,
that caused an explosion. That's what they said. An explosion. Yeah. But, Ray, before you read that text, I want to say that, currently the minister is JoBeth Colby Davis. That's the current minister. And I believe that every other minister that has held this position and has been responsible for energy is just as responsible as JoBeth is, okay? I mean, she's the leader at this time, so everyone is going to focus on her, and she's just going to have to take the fall for this situation.
Yeah.
But in reality, this has been 50 years in the making.
all the previous governments of the Bahamas are responsible for where we are.
Exactly, all of
Yes,
them.
indeed, without a doubt. This person says the government has once again let civil servants' medical insurance lapse. So there's a story in The Guardian about that today. It was suspended but then resumed.
Same
so
day, right?
get
The same day.
There's always somebody forgot to do something, I guess. I don't know. But pick up today's Nassau Guardian or go online, thenassauguardian.com, for the story on that. There's a lot going on. The government
Yes, I'm
is
telling
getting
you.
hit all over. Body blows, head shot. No, don't say that. Face shots? Yeah, sure. I don't know. Same mess, different day. This is a text. I urge all Bahamians who are able to provide themselves with some alternative form of power generation to do so. This is not how it should be, but this is what it is. Someone said that to me yesterday, too. Like, oh, I thought you had a generator. I'm not doing it. I'm not
Well,
doing
Dwight,
it.
you have to.
Let me tell you why I'm not. I'm not going to put myself in debt because of the incompetence
No, don't put
of the
yourself in
government.
debt, right?
So the only way I will get a generator is if they make generators free.
Efficient.
No, cost free.
Dwight,
Free.
no.
You have to make it duty free, VAT free, fuel free, free. I'm not doing it.
Dwight, listen. The governments of today and past have failed us with energy. We cannot just sit down and say, okay, it is the government's responsibility. No, Dwight, it is the government's responsibility, yes.
If I'm going that direction,
but if your government is failing, what do? Suffer?
I will go off the grid.
But
I
do
will
that.
create my own power plant.
Exactly.
And run my own power.
Do something. Just
but I'm
don't
not
sit
getting
down
a
in
generator
the heat.
for when they mess up.
Just don't sit down in the heat. You
Right.
have to do
Off the grid.
something. You have to do something because they have proven time and time again that they're going to fail us. The energy is going to fail.
I think they need to start giving everybody generators. The surpluses they have, give everybody
And they
a
actually
generator.
need to give everybody a credit for the drama that happened yesterday. They need to do something to compensate for the
They
inconvenience.
still haven't told you why the bills were
We
made.
can't sue them. We can't have a class action suit or
What can
something
you get
like.
out of them?
I don't know, but
All
something.
they'll give you is
something.
excuses.
There has to be consequences, though, because if there are no consequences, nothing is going to change. They hold the power. What we have to figure out what is in our power as the people. What can we do that is going to force the government to take action on the things that are vital to us, right? You see this minister of transportation come out now. He want to implement this tax, the next tax. Where's this money supposed to come from? If we can't even keep the electricity on to power your car or to have supplies in a freezer because the supplies are going to spoil because the generator didn't work, right? Where's this money supposed to come from? We have to get fed up enough that we're willing to have consequences in place for this government to shape up.
Yeah.
We have to.
Let's take this call. Good morning, call. You're live on the air. Hi, good morning. Are you there? Okay, call us back. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Call us toll free, 242-300-5720. This person says, hey, Luther has been like this for the past year. Every day, power off, businesses closed.
Power and water.
Many second home owners putting their properties up for sale. Maybe Nasuvians will now have sympathy for them. I don't think Nasuvians didn't have sympathy for them.
Yeah.
It isn't that,
Yeah.
but anyway.
And it's not just Eleuthera. Like there are other islands as well. Which island it was that couldn't have their regatta or they couldn't have their something because of the energy?
Cat Island.
Oh, okay.
The tree in the back of my house, I guess, was growing into the power lines. Bahamas Grid came by and they said they would charge me $900 to clear it? No way. No. What?
Wow.
Are you serious? So what happened? Huh? And see, this is the same thing. We don't know what they do. You call one place and they tell you to call BGC. BGC tells you no, that's BPL. And we keep getting this mess around. But is that what's going on now? What you used to get as services from BEC and BPL,
Yes.
Bahamas Grid is trying to charge you for it?
We're trying every avenue to make money,
This is a
Dwight.
disaster. This person says here, who or what are all these separate entities? Who's doing what? And why don't they just shut off? Okay. Why don't they just shut off Lifer Key first with all those generators and then turn the rest of us who are generatorless on first? Well, that's the difference. Well, oh boy.
You can hear the frustration.
Yeah.
In the text messages.
Ah, Lord. Somebody says generators are duty free. Okay, like I said, it's got to be VAT free,
and fuel
shipping free, fuel free, and free. Free. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning, Dwight. Good morning,
Duquesa.
Donnie. Is
morning.
this Donnie?
Yes, it is.
Duquesa?
Yes, it is.
Hey, listen, ever since Pike took a hike, there was a spike. You notice that last year we didn't have this issue like that? It wasn't like this. But ever since this Pike took their hike, things just seemed to went north, south, whatever. Obviously, this BGCSE thing what they got. That's just BJC. They ain't ready. They ain't ready. Okay? I don't know. They don't seem to be.
They've got enough.
You know what I mean? And then they're turning people off, lights off, and they can't even keep the current off. You know how many businesses suffered? How many events and things that had to be canceled or whatever? And when you go to them, you can't even, they even in hearing your story, man. And we keep going. I mean, this is a legacy issue, and what are we going to do? Right? In some other countries, they would have started to break up the place.
Oh, we can't riot though.
Crowds would have been on the streets and demanding answers.
Well,
because this PLP government felt that Bahamian people don't care what they do, whatever they do, that they can still support them. They can continue to do, and we continue to get the same thing over and over. When are we going to wake up, man?
Yeah, it's very frustrating. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. This is what we're saying. Pike was supposed to be here to fix these things so they wouldn't be so easily impacted by a lightning strike.
Right.
That it wouldn't be so widespread, the damage.
Have we ever gotten updates about what they've done since they've been here?
Yeah, we did. They told us that they through June they'd be here.
I mean, what did they do specifically? What since you've been here, what did you fix? What did you improve? What did you change out? Like literally.
I think you can get the answer.
Progress.
Yeah, it won't be easy, but they did give occasional updates. But did they finish the work? What accounts for this? Right. Again, things didn't just start Sunday. There were problems before that.
Exactly.
And was that load shedding? Was that
the load shed almost the entire island?
Well,
seriously?
Was that load shedding before yesterday?
Before
yesterday. Was it truly, really a lightning strike that caused all of this yesterday?
We will never know.
So many questions. So many questions. This person says, is there no redundancy plan in place? Should we be concerned about the power grid in the event of a hurricane? Absolutely.
Every single one.
What? During a tropical storm? I mean, a tropical wave?
Not even a storm, just a little bit of rain. Right,
a gentle breeze.
You better
be very concerned.
It's
be very concerned.
It's like we're being abused.
Don't let 5 people sneeze at the same time.
The minute it starts to get overcast, the first thought is, Lord, don't let BPL go out today. Seriously.
My goodness. This person says the minister surely was everywhere bragging about BPL being ready for the summer. They all do that, and they all need to stop. Stop it. Stop it. Or maybe the media should just stop covering it when they say it, because it's foolishness. Any word back from the union president? Don't get me started on the BPL unions, who've been unusually quiet until last week, right? About all the stuff going on when we all had questions about what was really going on at BPL with BGC and Pike. Not a word from any of them. So I don't know if I want to hear. This person says that nobody's talking about compensation for the Bahamian people for the inconvenience. You better believe that.
I mean,
take your mind off that.
I mean, I've had to take drastic measures to control that surge coming into my house when the electricity goes off or comes back on, because I lost televisions and there's no recourse. You can't even. First, they want you to prove that it was them. And then they don't give you compensation when they damage your appliances, when they damage items that you've had to sacrifice to place inside of your home for your family's comfort. There's absolutely no recourse. Just sit down, suck your teeth, sweat, and bear it.
This message as we go to the break for news. This person says, my brother went for dialysis on Friday. He said he went on the machine after 1 p.m. The power went off and the generators didn't kick in. He said they called head office and they advised to take him off the machine and told him to take it easy on the weekend. Wow. We're back after the news. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
From we pull up on the road, tea party dance, start my waistline out of control. The girls them carrying on bad, the bumper them delegated, people misbehaving, junkin' around the town. We don't play, gyrating every day, you know you hear that sound, vibrating the background, and we don't care. We
This is
Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 422-4796. And now at 8:20, it's time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. So we've got a lot going on weather-wise. We've got a heat advisory that's in effect for the northern Bahamas, namely Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini. We've got a dust advisory in effect for the central and southeast Bahamas, as well as the Turks and Caicos Islands. And we've got moisture associated with the northern extent of a tropical wave currently moving south of Cuba that's going to spark some moderate to locally heavy showers and thunderstorms, mainly across the northern islands throughout the day today. High pressure building behind that wave will usher in gusty winds and increasingly drier and stable conditions, as a thick plume of Saharan dust will reduce visibility and air quality across the central and southeast Bahamas through tonight. Now, lingering moisture is going to support pockets of showers and thunderstorms in the northern and northwest Bahamas into Tuesday, with increasingly stable conditions after that Saharan dust spreads over the rest of the Bahamas, and that's going to continue through to the middle of the week, and that's going to keep warm temperatures, hazy skies, and brisk winds in place across most of the area. By Thursday, another vigorous tropical wave will approach, and that's going to bring an unsettled weather pattern that will affect most areas of the country through Friday. High pressure will build across the country again into the holiday weekend. Ahead of all of that, though, for today, there is a moderate risk of a few isolated strong to severe thunderstorms, particularly across the northern half of the country today. And there's a slight to moderate risk of localized flooding in low-lying and flood-prone areas during heavy rainfall events in the northern and northwest Bahamas today. Moderate risk of rip currents as well for all waters of the central and southeast Bahamas. Yep, a lot, as we said, going on. So for today, the northern half of the country looking at partly cloudy conditions with a few breaks for the northernmost islands, but also hazy with improving conditions, mainly fair tonight for the rest of the northwest Bahamas. A 40 to 60% chance of showers with thunderstorms today, falling off to about 20 to 40% chance by tonight for the northernmost islands. 30 to 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms today for the northwest Bahamas, including New Providence, decreasing to about 10 to 30% chance by tonight. The central islands looking at a mix of sun and clouds, turning hazy and fair tonight, and partly sunny, turning mostly fair tonight for the southeastern Bahamas. Temperatures today across the area around 90, 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius, but the heat index will make it feel like it's 104 Fahrenheit, 40 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 81 Fahrenheit, 27 Celsius. In your extended outlook, Tomorrow, Tuesday, partly cloudy to cloudy for the northern half of the country with a 30 to 50% chance of showers with thunderstorms, decreasing to about 20 to 30% chance by tomorrow night. Partly sunny and hazy for the central and southeast Bahamas, turning mostly fair tomorrow night. Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds and hazy conditions for the northern half of the country, and partly sunny, turning partly cloudy for the southeast Bahamas. By Thursday, partly cloudy to cloudy for the northernmost and southernmost islands. Everyone in the middle looking at a mix of sun and clouds, turning partly cloudy to cloudy by nightfall. Independence Day on Friday, most areas looking at partly cloudy to cloudy conditions with fair conditions by nightfall. Still an elevated chance of showers for the northernmost islands, well, for the northern half of the country and the central islands by Friday. The tropics are quiet. Tropical cyclone formation not expected during the next 7 days. That's your morning blend weather check, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. If you're looking to paint, your local Sherwin-Williams store has what you're looking for. Top quality paints and expert advice to help you save, only at Sherwin-Williams. And time for a check of traffic, brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers. In your real-time traffic, we've got a few hot spots for you. We've got Mile of Butler Highway, as always, a heavy hot spot for you. Northbound traffic, quite a bit of that from Fire Trail straight up to Tonic Williams-Darling Highway. But it's Tonic Williams-Darling Highway that's looking pretty busy for you, especially westbound towards that roundabout Mile of Butler Highway. And even eastbound as you approach Bahamas Games Boulevard. That area looking pretty congested at this hour. Blue Hill Road also seeing some slow-moving northbound traffic north of Soldier Road, but also on the southbound lanes from Soldier to Carmichael. And Independence Drive busy for you westbound towards that roundabout with Blue Hill Road right now. East Street, north and south of the intersection, well, the roundabout with East-West Highway and Independence Drive, seeing some slow-moving northbound traffic. And on the eastern end of Robinson Road, from Prince Charles, you'll see that westbound traffic into Marathon. Slow-moving there. And north of the intersection on Soldier Road, slow-moving northbound traffic towards Bernard Wolf and Village Roads. Those are your hot spots right now. That's your real-time traffic in your Morning Blend Traffic Alert. Brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers. Reminding you that you don't need a free afternoon to take care of your insurance. You just need a few minutes. With NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers, you get an instant car insurance quote. Buy a new policy or renew an existing one, pay your premium, or access your insurance documents all online. Discover everything a full-service online insurance portal can do at nuainsurance.com.
This independent moment is brought to you by The Perfume Bar, New Life, Brass and Leather, Commonwealth Brewery Limited, Thompson Trading, distributors of Easy Off, Beyond Flags, and the Nassau Guardian Media Group.
Independence, a nation emerges. On July 10th, 1973, a new nation was born when the Bahamian flag was raised at Clifford Park. The event climaxed a 3-hour pre-independence celebration. The colors of the flag are symbolic. The black represents the vigor and force of a united people. The triangle pointing towards the body of the flag represents the enterprise and determination of the Bahamian people to develop and possess the rich resources of land and sea are symbolized by the gold and aquamarine.
This independent moment is brought to you by The Perfume Bar, New Life, Brass and Leather, Commonwealth Brewery Limited, Thompson Trading, distributors of Easy Off, Beyond Flags, and the Nassau Guardian Media Group.
Here's the show-winning art store moment from Shelley Edith.
We're the only full art store in Bahamas. If we don't have it, we make a list, and trust me, our boss can get that. If you need that, he can get that. You can find sketchbooks, acrylics, the canvases in all sizes, stencils. We have the Angelus that they use on shoes and letters. We're the only persons in Nassau that carries the Montana spray. We have the Krylon sprays, watercolor and paints, the oil, chalk paints, the alcohol paint, metallic paints, the little Floetrol, and we have cleaning products for the artists, thinning products for the artists, and Crayola colors, and glitters, pencils, the Posca markers, and pastels, oil, and the acrylic pastels, dyes. Oh yeah, we also have airbrush paint. I didn't forget that part of the movie. Gift sets, hobby craft,
Oil shrimp,
clays.
stew shrimp, shrimp gumbo. But art supplies. We have a lot of them. Sherwin-Williams Art Store. Find colour in every day.
Hey, did you ever sort out the car insurance?
I thought you did.
No, I sent it to you.
You sent me the reminder.
Okay, hold on. Okay, done.
Done?
Yeah, renewed, paid.
NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers gives you access to a full-service insurance portal where you can get an instant quote, renew, pay, and manage your documents, all fully online. With NUA, you have a complete insurance portal. Start now with an instant quote at nuainsurance.com.
DIC, keeping your savings safe and sound. If a bank falls down, your money still comes round. Deposit insurance, trust that never fades. DIC protects the funds that you work hard to save.
The Deposit Insurance Corporation, protecting your savings. Want to learn how? Call 302-2681 or email info@dic.bs.
Are you a tourism business owner or ready to become one? At the Tourism Development Corporation, we work with tourism entrepreneurs at every stage, turning ideas into thriving businesses and helping existing ones grow. From business development support and funding opportunities to targeted initiatives and strategic partnerships, we're here to help you take that next step. Build your future in tourism with the Tourism Development Corporation. Visit tdcbahamas.com to learn more.
Yes. All right, here we go now. When I was a little boy running around the yard, I used to hear the older men talking by the bar. They talk about the things they did when they were young and strong, and how things are better now than it was before. I didn't understand what they meant back then. I'm a little older now. I think I comprehend when they say age ain't nothing but a number.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strong along with DeQuestadine on this Monday morning. And coming up in a few minutes, we'll be talking with Tampa General. A lot of exciting things happening with them. And later in business, National Training Agency expected to be with us this morning. So we just want to get through the last few text messages on this massive blackout over the weekend and the frustration that so many people are experiencing. Still angry as we are really at the beginning of the summer. And every year we hear the foolishness that they're ready for the increased load of the summer, but there's no evidence to support that. Now, they are claiming this was a lightning strike, but...
that caused an explosion. Don't forget that part.
Yes, but we don't know. We don't know if we buy it. We don't know if we're believing it. Let's hear from you, though. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Call us toll free, 242-300-5720. Let's squeeze some calls in quickly. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Morning, Dwight. Morning to your co-host.
Good morning. Good morning.
After you said, I agree with you, Dwight. You should not entertain BPL union. As a matter of fact, I am astonished that we still have a union of BPL.
Huh.
No, seriously, you should not entertain them, not for 1 minute. What happened Sunday is more undeplorable, is disgraceful. What has happened, Dwight, is that this thing about, well, I can't say nothing but BPL because my party is power. It is completely nonsense. Everybody suffers. You have people that die as tourists. Yesterday I went to worship, and in the church there's nothing. come from church hoping that electricity is on nothing. You know, this is, I mean, listen, I can hardly think of adjective to describe. This is crazy, man. What kind of country we living in? We on the verge of 53 years come Friday, man. And this the kind of nonsense that we are tolerating? We gotta be better than this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We are.
We got to put partisan politics away. What affect me, whether regardless of who I support, can affect John regardless of who he or she support. And until we come to, because I was in groups before, you know, and when I made mention of what needed to be done for electricity, I got one response, right? 15 people in the Bahamas are not served. That is the reason why this stuff's not the way it is. And they had an opportunity over a month ago to get rid of the government that at least had a fresh start to try to deal with the situation at BBL, and they didn't. So we are where we are. We have another 5 years of no leadership and a total disaster. BBL is literally don't exist. We in a different world, right?
I hear the
Something
frustration.
have to happen.
I hear it. We're all feeling it. Something has to be done. Something has to be done. Let's hear from this caller. Thank you for the call. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Good morning, Dwight. Good morning to Chris.
Hi, good morning.
Dwight, where the monies go with Chris, find them, man. I think Chris should take that money and share it around on everybody who's affected, light bill, man. I agree to call earlier, man. It's a disgrace. And then every year you hear them and PPL executives say, yeah, we installing inductors. These do inductors, and then any lightning, they could throw the current off in the ground and all that. And there's 20 million for that. And this and that. And then every year it's the same thing, man. Those big fines they give BPL that, they take that and share it around on everyone who was affected. Light bills, man. Because it was, Saturday and yesterday is the 2 worst days of my life, man.
Wow.
Just yesterday, man. From 10:30 a.m. to 10:40 p.m. over 12 hours. And this type of heat. On in 2026. Come on, man. Anyhow, this ain't no progress, man. Yeah, anyhow, y'all have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Thank you. One final call. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, pleasant day to you all.
Hi, good morning.
It was a very good weekend in terms of personally, because my daughter had a birthday, but otherwise, we had to live in the hotel.
Oh, wow.
And I thought it was a joke. I thought I would blame it on Sparky. But then I realized it was more than that. When I heard the news this morning, a while ago, I realized how significant it was for the entire nation in terms of the loss of income and credit card machine not working, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think if the government had changed, it would have been any better because the equipments are the way they are. And I think the managers, administrators should be fined beyond the company. We just can't continue like this.
No, we can't.
They need to have hurricane-resistant equipment, lightning-resistant equipment, thunderstorm equipment. What they do, we need to invest in the proper equipment and resources.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you would think. Thank you so much. Again, this is what we were told the Pike was working on, right? So that the system wouldn't be so vulnerable and easily compromised. But was it done? Was it done at all? Some messages before we go to a break. This person says here, all of this stuff lies with the head. Prime Minister Davis needs to come clean and speak about this BPL BEC Pike issue. Maybe this is okay. My light was off from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the thing is, my bill gets higher every month. Bahamians are not mad enough. They will forget about this one day, maybe tomorrow. And but it is time to shut everything down. No one should go to work. Whoa, okay. This person says here, our electricity in Colony Village was off from 10 a.m. until 1 a.m. this morning. This is similar to you, right? You always come on until 1 o'clock. It is ridiculous in a developing nation. In developed nations, accountability will start from the top. When will there be an apology and a roadmap forward? Well, if that's all you want, an apology, I suspect you could get that one. This will be one of the few times you get that. But otherwise, accountability, I don't know. Can you imagine these people want to tax us more at road traffic and can't keep the lights on? Nothing works in the country. Tell them to stop playing with the good behaving people who actually pay their bills.
Keep the lights on. You can't even drive on the streets without falling in one little hole. Seriously?
And speaking of no lights, these highways, my goodness, when the power is on, there are no lights. There are no lights. I agree with your generator view. Yeah, I think they're trying to say.
Y'all want to suffer?
I'm not doing it. They're going to have to pay for that.
That's a choice.
If you can't, I'm paying you for electricity.
Yes.
You cannot make me go and buy a generator
No,
for when
that has
you
to
mess
be a
up.
personal choice.
I'm not spending more money on that.
Yeah.
I'm only going to do one.
So who's suffering?
So, okay.
Who's going to
Well,
suffer?
I'm not going to suffer on 2 accounts.
Who's going to
or
be
3
hot?
accounts.
And their
I'm
house
not going
has
to
no
pay
electricity
bill, pay for generator upkeep, and suffer when the power goes off?
Yes.
No.
You won't suffer when the power goes off. If you
I
do
will,
the first
because
two.
it'll be going through fuel, it'll be going through diesel or LPG, LNG, whatever it runs
and then
on.
like your light bill should be lower.
This person says, I'm with you, Dwight. I refuse to purchase a generator. I'm paying for reliable power. We
Are
should
you getting
force
it,
the government
though?
to do better.
Are you getting it? So what do you do in the meantime? While you're not getting reliable power.
I'm only going to pay for one.
Sweat and suffer.
If I get that, I'll be done with BPL forever.
Maybe that's what we need to start doing.
Maybe. Generators are free, you mean duty free, but power stations are the same thing. They provide electricity, but customs is on them, which is unfair. When power stations provide the same relief when the current is off. Okay. Well, yeah, you're getting it. Yes, I love that. Free. Everything needs to be free. I'm not doing it.
What free?
BGC ain't getting money from me to clear their lines. Oh, that's the person who was told that they have to pay $900 to move the tree lines. That's insanity. And a couple more as we go to the break. Imagine what Cuba is going through. Let that sink in.
Blackout. Wow.
Wondering if or why the bigger hotels like Atlantis or Bahama are not fully on solar. That would be a massive undertaking. Are you sure that? I don't know if that is something they could do. That's not, come on. But they might need to consider their own plant. Their own plant.
I thought Paradise Island had some of its own electricity generation.
But for the hotel,
I don't know for the hotel itself.
The hotel
but-
by itself.
Yeah.
Got my bill on the 1st, paid it in full the same day, and yesterday I was tortured. I can't afford a generator or solar. How are we going to survive? As a country, we have to invest in the upgrades to resolve this issue, and we can't want improvements but cry about the cost of finally fixing things.
Well, they have solar.
Your radio station's bad static. Yes, it all started yesterday with what happened. It's going to be a while. If you missed it, you're going to have to bear with us. We had a major, as a result of what happened yesterday, we are in a bad place. And we're going to have challenges on our 96.9 station on the signal. Things are better online. You have no issues there. But while we have to now order parts and replace things because of all the stuff that happened yesterday. So, yeah, people are suffering. Lots of money will have to be spent as a result of this chaos from yesterday.
And then people are supposed to show up to work today and be productive.
Well, yeah.
After a day like yesterday, last night, no electricity till 1 o'clock in the morning. You can't even sleep. And you have to get up and go be productive.
Yeah.
You know, sleep deprivation is a torture mechanism, right? It's crazy.
This texture says here, I don't agree with generators, but I think the government needs to create policy to allow 50,000 households to move to solar. You could do that, though. I mean, you want the government to pay for you to be on solar? No one's stopping you from doing it if you have the money to do it. But you think the government should do this.
Why would they do it and don't make no money?
This person says, yeah, power stations, that's the new generator. You can get 100 watts to 3,000 watts and will hold you until electricity is on, but it won't break the bank. Maybe that's something to consider. We got to go to a break. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
Outside in the field, cotton field. He looks so good, my nature rides my lawn. And I what you could get when you're tired of what you got. Look what you could get when you're tired of what you got. Can't solve with a woman, she's too good to have the spot. Look what you could get when you're tired of what you got.
At RBC, we think it's your ideas that build a life. And sometimes, to keep an idea moving forward, you need a little help. That's why with the loan from RBC, there are no upfront bank fees. And with up to 100% financing, up to 10 years to repay, and competitive rates and terms, there's never been a better time to start the conversation. Let's talk loans. Visit rbc.com/loans today. Your idea of getting there happens here. Conditions apply, subject to normal lending criteria.
Come, let's celebrate the Bahamas' independence. Stop by Janae's Uniform Center and get 30% off selected Independence Polo items. Get an additional 10% volume discount for 30 or more pieces. Net items excluded. The net items, Janae's unique limited edition Independence tees. Don't forget the black, gold, and aquamarine ribbons in various sizes to decorate the home or office. Visit Janae's Chesapeake Road or text the Janae's digital team at 817-3295 or email sales@janae's.com or www.janae's.com. Happy Independence, Bahamas, from Janae's.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Wendy's has brand new chicken tenders, and they're everything you've been craving. Crispy, juicy, and seasoned just right. These tenders bring the flavor from the very first bite. Dip 'em, dunk 'em, love 'em. With sauces like sweet chili, scorching hot, ranch, honey barbecue, honey mustard, and Wendy's signature sauce. Grab them as a kid's meal. Enjoy them on their own, or make it a combo that hits the spot every time. For tenders you're gonna know by name, it's gotta be Wendy's.
The Progressive Jackpot is on fire at Everybody Wins Live. First, a player won over $20,000 in cash. Then, another player took home over $30,000 in cash. That's more than $50,000 in jackpot winnings already. Now, the jackpot has reset and is growing again. With a minimum $10 bet, you could be eligible for the next big win. Lottery, casino, and sportsbook. Only at Everybody Wins Live, where winnings live.
Mic drop. Wow, it's 35 years already. Where has the time gone? Look at where we have come from. Caribbean Gas would like to say thank you to our valuable customers and our dedicated staff. Let's celebrate this, our 35th anniversary. From June 16th to July 16th, we will celebrate with you. Giveaways, prizes, and surprises. If you spend $50, you are eligible to win a 100-pound cylinder, 50-inch TV gas stove, AC unit, and much, much more. Visit us on Gladstone Road, Caribbean Gas. It's our 35th anniversary. Let's celebrate!
Headed to South Florida soon? Holiday Inn Express in Plantation welcomes you to the heartbeat of Florida fun. Whether it's business or pleasure, the Holiday Inn Express is close to sensational shopping, captivating dining, and nightlife. Elevate your Florida experience. Sleep well and rest easy at Holiday Inn Express. Complimentary breakfast buffet featuring seasonal favorites. Keep up your fitness routine in our 24-hour on-site fitness center with cardio equipment and free weights, or take a refreshing swim in our outdoor pool. Your special Bahamas tourist rate awaits. Holiday Inn Express, 1701 North University Drive, in Plantation. Book your getaway now. Call directly at 954-472-5600 or the sales department for reservations and additional information.
You remember when we used to live on the island, life was so carefree. Sculling dinghy boats and diving fish and come from out the deep blue sea. You remember when we used to go out on the rocks to look for whales and curves, picking jelly coconuts high up in the tree. We had a lot of nerve. Man, do you remember Rambling through the bush, sometime you buck your toe or you get sting with wasp. But you put the crop
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Duquesa Dean on this Monday morning. Changing gears now and talking about the great stuff happening with Tampa General. Here to tell us all about this, very pleased to welcome Dr. John Sinnott and Joel Williamson. And we also have Tina Lightburn, CEO and Managing Director of Global Insurance Agency, who's the local rep for Tampa General. All of you, great to have you with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us. We're very excited to be here.
Okay, so tell us about Tampa General. Give us all the details. Duquesa was wondering how big it is, how long have you been around, and then we'll talk about why you're here in the Bahamas.
I've been at Tampa General about 45 years.
Wow, okay.
An outstanding hospital. It's one of the largest in Florida, and it's one of the top 50 in the United States. And it is the busiest transplant hospital in the United States.
Oh, wow. How did that happen? How did it become the biggest transplant hospital?
It was a unique blend of organ procurement where you've got to get the kidneys, hearts, and lungs, okay? And we've had a very aggressive surgical program. So once you have it set up, your prime goal is quality. You want it to be a perfect outcome. So once you get a perfect outcome, each year you increase it by 5 to 10%. And in the past 45 years, it's gone through the roof.
Wow.
So we have patients from all over coming in.
And what types of transplants are you doing? Everything, or you specialize in something?
Heart, kidney, and liver are the main transplants. We also do bone marrow transplants.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so tell us some more about what makes Tampa General unique. Why are you special?
What makes it unique is Tampa General's focus on quality over quantity. We're interested in an absolutely superb outcome, no matter what the procedure is. And second, by its name General, it's a very broad spectrum of offerings. If you look at specialties, we're extremely deep, whether it's eye surgery or foot surgery and everything in between, we do it. We also have premium medical care. We have 24 intensive care units to take care of patients. We have our new cancer center dedicated to just care of cancer patients, which is actually a very broad spectrum of services. We have outstanding cardiac services, extraordinarily busy, and in my opinion, one of the best arrhythmia hospitals in the country. We also obviously do bypass surgery, do cardiac stents, and very importantly, I think, for the Bahamas, is we specialize in vascular grafts. So diseases of the aorta, serious trauma, it requires a vascular surgeon. Recall these vascular surgeons are working with blood vessels literally just a little bit bigger than a human hair. And they suture them under a microscope, things like that. So it's a very amazing facility. And when you go through it, you realize that everything from the physicians to the nurses are proud and excited to work there. I know when I could have retired years ago, but it's so exciting. I can't wait to get there in the morning and see what happened last night, what's going on, and what are we doing today.
Yeah, one thing that really makes Tampa General stand out is we have a thing called CareComm, Clinical Command Center, which is a state-of-the-art command center that uses AI and predictive analytics to enhance care coordination, patient safety, and just operational efficiency. So whenever you come in through the emergency room all the way to your discharge, whether you're be admitted, getting through surgery at the ICU, we have something that's analyzing the situation where you are in the hospital and just using predictive analytics to ensure that you're getting the best care and the most timely care.
How long have you been doing that now?
We've been up and running for at least 5 years now, and last year we had a study that came out that says we've prevented over 1,000 deaths from sepsis with this new command center. So it's called CareComm. It's one of the few. I don't think anyone actually has it in the nation. We showed Tina when she came, and she was amazed. It was just like a bunch of TVs and data, and everyone's in there just working with their headphones on, and it was good.
Tina, you were impressed.
Oh my God, I was really, really impressed. It's like a police control room where you have all these people. Each person has like 3 screens in front of them. They're like 60-inch screens. They can tell you from someone's step in the door. I was told by Marlene, who is like the nurse, the person responsible, that, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, they could tell within 30 seconds if someone's about to have a heart attack, a stroke, or any kind of trauma disease. They deal with a lot. It was so amazing. They took us to the section where you could see how many beds were taken, how many beds are going to be available in the next 10 minutes, next 5 minutes.
Really?
And what was so amazing is like we were watching them get ready for a patient to clean a room for the next patient. They had about like 5 or 6 people cleaning the room at one time. Like, there's not one person doing the job. They had all these people getting ready for the room. And their ICU is as big as Princess Margaret, the entire Princess Margaret. It's a ICU is as big as our entire hospital. And tell them about the ICU patients that only have a nurse assigned to them 24 hours. Which area is that?
And
Dr. Sim?
When you look at, actually, all ICUs are defined by nursing intensity. We make sure that in the intensive care unit, there's 1 nurse per patient for a critical patient and 1 for every 2 patients as they're improving.
Mm-hmm. So what is the staff complement? How many people do you have working there?
We have several thousand.
15,000 employees at Tampa General.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that isn't changing because of the AI?
Not at all.
Okay.
We are set on not getting rid of team members, utilizing them in different areas, while having AI just strengthen what we do as employees.
All right, so we want to get back to cancer. You mentioned cancer in a bit, but I want to ask, why are you here in the Bahamas? Are you seeing this as a target?
Yeah, we want to tell people about the option of coming to Tampa General and our new global medicine program. Okay, and this is not just patient care, it's also educational. And the idea is that the further you reach with healthcare, everyone benefits. So we have affiliations in a number of other countries. They work very well. Last year we brought in at least 90 patients from outside the United States to care for them. So it's not a novel experience. And what we've done for patients from other countries is we bring them in through our VIP program.
Okay.
So they get one-on-one care, they're taken to the rooms, etc. So it's very much a concierge service, so people feel respected and appreciated when they come for care.
Wow.
One of the reasons, too, that they've come here, we have a number of Bahamians treating there. When I was there the other day, a Bahamian was coming in. They had one in the hospital. Andra Sweeting, who we all know, treated at Tampa General. And I spoke with her family, and they were totally elated at the service she got. She got that one-on-one care in many areas because, there were a lot of other difficulties other than just cancer. And they were totally impressed with the service. I was when I walked through the door as well. But we have, when we were checking into security, you had to say where you were from, blah, blah, blah. And so she says, boy, we have a lot of Bahamian patients. So this one, that one, So Bahamians tend to prefer to treat at Tampa General.
And it's close.
Yeah. Just to add on to what Dr. Sinnott was saying, we launched this new global medicine program about a year ago, and we've been doing great numbers, great quality of care. We have a dedicated international nurse navigator who can expedite your whole process, whether your international, ability to expedite appointments, any diagnostic or specialist visits. You are being taken care of through a white glove concierge service the whole time with our nurse navigator, Marlene. She has wonderful, people love her, great patient testimonials from her. We're just here to essentially market ourselves, and we're welcoming, Bahamians to come do complex care at Tampa General.
Wow, okay.
Is there like a physician locally that you work with? Because once patients come back home, there may be care that they may need. Is there a local physician that supports what you do?
So, one of the persons that we worked with in my previous life, he contacted us about doing business here. And the first thing he started calling off these Bahamian doctors that we know. We have a number of Bahamian doctors that have studied at at the School of Medicine there. So they're quite familiar. Apparently, a few of the Bahamian doctors refer patients there because when they mention the names, I'm like, yeah, I know them.
Wow,
that's good to know.
So when patients get discharged, they would let us know, who their doctor is on the island.
Right.
And we would have our doctors communicate with their doctors
Awesome.
and share patient data, all the medical records, all that kind of stuff, and any type of post-treatment necessary medications, all the above. We would have that, doctor connect with the other doctors on island and have that, facilitated.
All right.
Sounds good.
So you mentioned it. We know that cancer is a big thing.
And
in the
heart
Bahamas.
disease also.
And
Yeah,
heart
heart
disease.
disease.
So what should Bahamians expect? What really need to keep in mind about Tampa General when it comes to cancer?
For cancer care, we manage all cancers, whether it's skin cancer or brain cancer, especially neurological surgery and anything cardiovascular. I know in the Bahamas there's a lot of issue with blood pressure control. When you have high blood pressure, you're going to risk for heart disease, aortic aneurysm, and kidney disease. And those are three areas we're really strong in. I mean, and the way I judge it is we have 2,000 medical doctors at Tampa General. 2,000.
Wow.
Okay? Where do they go for care? They go to Tampa General. They can go anywhere they want. Everyone gets care at Tampa General.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
We specialize in all types of cancer treatment, whether it's blood and bone marrow cancers, skin cancers, digestive cancers, breast cancer, brain, bladder, cervical, lung, prostate, all types of cancers. We have all the specialties. All our doctors are very well, acquainted to all the types of different types of cancer. So we're very specialized in that area, and we don't turn down any type of patient. We can see the most complex, types of patients, and we welcome them all.
Well, what other support care do you offer outside of medical services for your patients? Like, some hospitals will have scripture in the broadcast through the air. You may have people playing piano while you're getting treatment. Like, are there any support services that you provide at Tampa General?
Very, very much so. I think our strongest is physical therapy, and we also do a lot of telemedicine. So when you send a patient home, while they may physically move, they can still reach you and talk to you on telemedicine face-to-face. And that makes a huge difference when you're reassuring a patient. They see you, they talk to you, you tell them what's going on.
Yeah, you touched on it a little bit, but we have a very, religious and spiritual approach in Tampa General. We have a chaplain there. We have, a little service area where people are able to, go and pray and do all their, religious, what they want to do there. We have a lot of, exceptional patient experience services for families who want to come. We have a brand new enhanced dining cafeteria with an executive chef there, catered to the menu that you would like. We have very family friendly amenities around the area. We have hotels that we work with. We have long-term stay, short-term stay. We have shuttles that take you to and from your appointments. One thing about Tampa General that's really good is a lot of big health systems have multiple locations where if you need a diagnostic test, you have to go 20 miles north and get that done and then come back down to your hotel, right? But everything for Tampa General is all on one campus. We have a huge facility all within an island in Tampa, and everything is done there, whether if it's your PCP appointments, whether you need to go see a cardiac doctor, whether you need diagnostic imaging or testing. Everything is there. We call it a one-stop shop, health system. So you come, we have a shuttle that takes care of you, and we'll take you to every single appointment. We handle all the logistics for you, so it's very easy and stress-free for the families and patients when they come through our global medicine program.
We were talking about this off here. Flights, there are direct flights?
Yes, Breeze Airways just launched their direct flight. It's about an hour and 25 minutes direct flight to Tampa. to Nassau, and it's been working great. There's very minimal delays. No one wants to stop in Miami and wait at that airport. Breeze launched, and it's up and running. My boss is actually on his flight here right now on Breeze, and he said it was a great experience. And so that's up and running and good to go.
Okay. All right. Wonderful stuff. So what is next with the Bahamas partnership? What can we expect over the next few months or even the longer term?
Yeah, so we're gonna start making a presence here. We want to sponsor a lot of the marathons and cancer runs that you guys have here. We want to make a footprint here and welcome all types of Bahamian patients there. We want to get connected with your physicians. We're meeting with a lot of the insurance companies out here, a lot of the health systems and doctors out here, and just creating a presence for us to connect with the people here. And we just want to be on island with you guys and become part of your family here.
Yeah. And Tina, I know a lot of people have questions about costs and insurance. You're with insurance, so what do people need to keep in mind?
So the Tampa General is in all of the networks. Mm-hmm. So all of the insurance companies here already have a relationship with them. I've spoken with one or two of the insurance companies who've had patients that have treated at Tampa General. They were really impressed with the cost. A lot of it I can't get into, but I was blown away at some of the experiences that they had. So we're here now. We're just letting the Bahamian public know that they are available. They're here. Normally, when there's a trauma or there's some critical care, people try to find the best facility. Tampa General is one of the best, and like Dr. Sinnott said, they're in the top 50. And I'm totally impressed with the services there. Mm-hmm. So moving forward, I think we're going to have there's already a relationship. It's just now being expanded.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Wonderful stuff.
If I could add a point here, we're able to do things for a little less money because we're very forward-looking. If you look at advances in medicine, artificial intelligence, cellular therapy, and genetic diagnosis, Tampa General does all that. No other hospital in Florida does all that. So we're able to use very cutting-edge techniques to reduce the length of stay and improve the outcomes. And that ties into CareCom because all that data has to be interpreted through computers.
Yeah, we've talked to a couple of the insurers and just companies who facilitate international travel in Florida, and they've let us know that we have one of the most competitive rates out of everyone in Florida. So they're happy to work with us. Everyone, the patients are happy to work with us. The insurers are happy to work with us from a rate perspective as well. So
And you do take cash paying customers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. How can people find out more information? You're on, of course, on social media.
On the website?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's we have our Global Medicine Program website. So if you just look up Tampa General Hospital Global Medicine, it'll be the first one that pops up. We also do have an international phone number. So if anyone wants to call the international phone number, it's free. You just give them a call. It's 866-839-9828.
Joel, would you go through that slowly for me?
Yes. It's 866-839-9828.
Okay.
It'll go directly to our international nurse navigator, and she will be able to help with all the logistics you need.
Okay, wonderful.
Is there a local? I know you're...
Tina?
So our local number is 242-601-0006. And
Can you say that one more time?
Okay. So it's 242-601-0006.
Okay. Wonderful stuff.
That.
Great. Thank you all so much for being here this morning.
What
Really
an
appreciate
exciting
it.
program. Thank you.
Especially when we have guests like you all. Thank you,
Yeah, we
Dr.
really
John
appreciate
Sinnott,
it.
Joel Williams, and Tina Lightboard. Thank you for
Thank
being here
you.
this morning.
so much.
Really appreciate it. Great stuff. All right, we're going to break for news. When we come back, we're talking with the National Training Agency on this busy Monday morning here. Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app. Nassau, Bahamas.
This independent moment is brought to you by The Perfume Bar, New Life, Brass and Leather, Commonwealth Brewery Limited, Thompson Trading, distributors of Easy Off, Beyond Flags, and the Nassau Guardian Media Group.
Independence, a nation emerges. On July 10th, 1973, a new nation was born when the Bahamian flag was raised at Clifford Park. The event climaxed a 3-hour pre-independence celebration. The colors of the flag are symbolic. The black represents the vigor and force of a united people. The triangle pointing towards the body of the flag represents the enterprise and determination of the Bahamian people. To develop and possess the rich resources of land and sea are symbolized by the gold and aquamarine.
This independent moment is brought to you by The Perfume Bar, New Life, Brass and Leather, Commonwealth Brewery Limited, Thompson Trading, distributors of Easy Off, Beyond Flags, and the Nassau Guardian Media Group.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Monday, July 6th, 2026. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Duquesa Dean on this Monday. And this morning we are talking with the National Training Agency. They always have a lot of exciting things going on. We're also going to find out more about their success stories. We're happy to have back with us Assistant Director Ione Hepburn. And we also have training provider Michael Fox. And trainee who went through the program successfully, Mikhail Petit-Jean. Good morning. Great to have you with us.
Good morning.
All right, Ione Hepburn, remind folks what the NTA, National Training Agency, is all about, what you are and what you're not.
Okay. So as you know, the National Training Agency is an agency that comes under the Ministry of Labor, and the Ministry of Labor is under the portfolio of our Minister Pia Global Role. As you think about Ministry of Labor, you already got it in your mind. We are about finding jobs. We are about making labor easier in the Bahamas. And so at the National Training Agency, we focus on training so that those persons who are trained can now be transitioned into the the workforce. Mm-hmm. We do training for persons between 16 and 26, but we also have training for those persons who are supervisors or leaders who may want to upgrade because we have different types of training.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, and you don't have to be in that age group.
And you don't have to be in that age group. So depending on what you're looking for, we have standalone trainings. We have, like I say, trainings that are for supervisors and managers. But we also have what we call our flagship training, and that's a mandatory workforce preparatory program, which is what we're here to speak about today.
Right. Something you said sparked something in
Yeah, that was interesting to hear because you do more than just the preparatory sessions or the workforce preparation.
Yes.
So that was actually the first time that I'd heard that. So you offer like if corporate businesses want training, the agency offers that service?
So we also can do what you call customized training.
Okay.
We have training from City and Guilds, and so we have training that are already specialized and created for the purpose of leadership and management.
Okay.
But you should also add that if that corporate office wants to come to us and also wants to use the space, because we also have spaces that we rent. So we have a number of things we do, but we like Kentucky Fried Chicken. When you do one thing, you could do it right. So we are about training at our core, and that's what it is about.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So far, how many people have passed through the mandatory preparatory training program?
This number keeps going on because as we look back at our files, there have been different things and so on. And so my team is actually going through a whole project now to get a direct number. So we don't keep sharing different numbers.
Right.
But I can say to you that as far as we know, it's beyond 6,000 persons since we've started. And by the way, we're about to celebrate our 13th anniversary because we started in 2013. So we're about to start the celebration. We're celebrating on Monday, Mr. Fox. I hope you know you're invited. Okay.
How many cohorts have you had?
So we are going to start our 28 cohort this coming July 27th. And
Just a few days.
So that means
You said
we had
what, 28?
28. Yes.
And are they all like your upcoming cohorts are in person or are they virtual or how do people, participate?
So this mandatory workforce preparatory program, I'm going to say MWPP for short, throughout this session, but that program is normally in person.
Okay.
And the purpose for that is we're talking about young people between 16 and 26. These are persons who may not have had opportunities to do other things, may not have done well in school, may not have the opportunity to go to college.
Right.
There's a lot of things. And so when you're talking about a particular age group, and you're talking about certain background, you want to make sure that these persons are in the space because that helps with mind shifting.
Okay.
If you're in your home and you're doing whatever you want to do and then still talk, you may not get the shift.
Right.
But when you feel it from the other people, then that changes everything. So we're all about being in person.
Absolutely. And you were all here just a few weeks ago. Have you filled that cohort already, or are you still?
Listen, we
it's not too
already
late?
finished that cohort. As a matter of fact, we are at a different cohort now. I don't know when you last saw us, but I'm talking. You're talking about when you last saw me?
No. Since about 2 weeks, you haven't been here for a little bit, but 2 weeks ago. 2 or 3 weeks ago.
So that is the cohort we're
for the
still
new
trying
one.
to fill.
Okay, so people can still.
Yes, up to, like I said, our cohort starts on the 27th of July.
Okay.
This is the last Monday in July. Up to that date. Now, of course, we want you to come before that because there's a number of things to do if you are joining the cohort.
Right.
But up to that day, you can come and you can register. You can be a part of this program.
Okay.
We are waiting for you.
How many people are you looking for to fill it? Like, what would be your ideal number?
Our ideal number would probably be 150.
Okay.
Of course, I know that in the past we have had, when we first started, and this is something Ms. Marcella always says, we used to have 2 cohorts going at the same time simply because, or I should say 2 separate groups because we had over 200 persons at once.
Right.
Now, of course, we're still trying to do that in a certain way, but here's the thing. Don't think that anybody who is out there is too much for us. We will figure it out if you come. If you come, we will build it.
Okay.
All right, wonderful stuff. So let's talk about how it works.
Yes.
And Mikkel can tell us more about that.
Yeah.
Mikkel, just tilt that mic up a little bit and talk right into it for us. Tell us which cohort were you a part of? What year was this? And how long ago was that?
I'm sorry. Okay, so I started in September, I believe. That was the first, and I was in part of cohort 2026.
All right, so September last year. Okay,
We
great.
graduated this year, January.
Wonderful. So what made you decide to be a part of this?
Well, I just moved back home from Houston. So as soon as I came home, my uncle came to me. He gave me this flyer. He was like, you're joining this. Young people. I was like, I don't know if I want to. But he dragged me out of the house. My Uncle Frank, love him dearly. He dragged me out of the house. He signed me up. And I met Miss Hebron here. And I came in with a bunch of piercings, all kind of piercings. And she was like, no.
Piercings, as in
Piercings, everything. And I'm thinking, okay, this is just a training. But no, they're very strict on their rules. No piercings, none of that. And I'm glad I did it. When I came, I was nervous, of course. I was very shy, didn't know how to speak to people, didn't know, and then during the first 4 weeks of soft skills, learned a lot, very beneficial, and then to this day, I still try to keep what I learned within me. Like even when I go out and stuff, there's certain things you wear, how you present yourself, how you sit up straight, money management, all kinds of stuff. And then the next 10 weeks, we did the butler training services, and then
You decided that's what you wanted to do. Did you know that before?
No,
you
I initially
came back
wanted
home?
to do allied health, but I knew nothing about the program.
Mhm.
And then because of my uncle, that's how I knew about it.
So what steered you towards the butler program?
They discontinued it, and Miss Benjamin had called me, and she was like, based on your resume, I think you should do butler service. And I was like, I don't think I want to be a butler, and I'm so glad I chose butler service.
So are you working as a butler now?
No, ma'am. Actually, after I graduated, I'd say about 3 weeks, I got a job at Sandals as a butler, but within 2 weeks, I was promoted to butler administrator.
Oh, wow. All right, so we'll get back to that a bit because that sounds like a story. But, so tell us about it. What was it in your resume that made it look like butlering would be for you?
I'm a people's person. I did a lot of customer service.
But you said you're shy, though.
I am, but still, you have to break out of that. I'm still a people's person, but when it comes to publicly doing, even now, I'm still kind of, nervous. This is my first time doing a radio show.
Oh, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Sorry. So, yeah, I'm a people's person. I was a waitress, and then I started doing hair.
Okay.
So I always had to have people around me, and then living away, too, you can't be shy. You have to, speak up and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So what was it like? What was the program? What were the
butler training?
Yeah. What did you learn? What surprised you?
My facilitators, Alvin Robinson and Wendell Curtis, they were very strict on us. It was rules, like I say, a lot of rules. But the butler service, it was easy. I passed. And I'm happy. I'm just excited about the future, honestly, and everything like that. But the training program, the butler service, the NTA, the MWPP, yes, ma'am, everything was great.
Yeah.
So you think it was that led to your employment? Like,
Absolutely.
was it like job placement, or you applied, or did y'all have job placement?
We did.
Go ahead.
We did. At the end, they had job fairs where you sign up and everything. They had Bahama there, they had Titan Hospitality, Atlantis, all kinds of, especially when it comes to the different disciplines, they had for each discipline. So they had pest control, they had teachers, and everything like that.
Yeah. So tell us how you got from there to Sandals.
Okay, so Mr. Clark, the butler manager there, he actually spoke with one of my facilitators and said that he's looking for butlers. So we all signed up for it. My butler facilitator, Mr. Robinson, he took all of our resumes and sent them to Mr. Clark. I got the call.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it.
That was it.
And then you started how soon after you said?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
After graduation.
Mm-hmm. And what was that
6 months
like?
later.
Yeah. And how did this is a quick advancement? You're going to tell me you're the president of Sandals soon.
Girl, claim that.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Even after the 6 months now, I love my job. I love it. It's awesome. Like I said, I still hold with all my soft skills with me, and I think that's what also helped with the promotion, knowing everything about how to deal with guests, how to speak with people, just simple etiquette.
Manners.
Wow.
Manners, yeah.
And you say you're the butler administrator.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds very important.
Yeah,
Tell us more about
that
that. What
was a
exactly?
Okay, so what I do is I basically just assign butlers to their rooms and everything like that. Check in, greet guests, especially greet all our butler guests, check out butler guests, and everything like that.
So you're the big boss.
Nope. Not yet.
All right, this is a great
congratulations.
success story.
Yes, it
Wow,
is.
congratulations.
Thank you.
And we'll come back to you in a bit, Mikkel. But Michael Fox, you are a training provider. So tell us what that's all about and how long you've been doing it.
Well, me running an auto repair shop for many years.
Okay.
And looking back in my life and the trouble I had to learn, nobody wanted to teach me.
Mm.
And that's what caused me to really look back in society and see that a lot of young men was also falling in the cracks. And I wanted to provide services like that, making it easy for them to learn auto body. And I think we was always looking at shade tree mechanics and body men underneath the tree. I wanted to change that look.
The bush mechanics.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I wanted to change that. And that's when I really thought about my mentoring program. And I decided that I would put my mentoring program into the auto body repair.
Wow, wow.
And so that's when I seek licensing for school and open that up for training. And that's what made me connect with the National Training Agency because they gave me an opportunity to stir up my gift. And now I see them as a machine that allows me to stir up other young men's gift. And that's how I connect with them to continue stirring up their gift in them. Knowing that the auto body is something you can make money, but because I look at the way that we are regulated in the country, it causes a lot of problems. Derelict cars, auto body repair shops that is not set up properly. So I wanted to just change that. And I have to do it in a way where I have to present myself to the country in a different way and allow these young men to see me as an example.
Right.
So it's not easy to just go out there and throw whatever you want to throw out there. You first got to work on yourself. So that's what I'm allowing them to do.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to work with them. A lot of them have challenges, and I welcome the challenge. The National Training Agency is a place where they really look at second chances. But I find out these young men are not coming for second chances. They're coming for third and fourth.
Wow.
You know, and that's the amount of things that they go through.
When did you start working with the NTA?
I think it was like probably about a year after they got started.
Okay.
So I've been with them quite
For
a
more than 10 years
Yeah.
you've been with them.
Yeah.
So how many people do you take on?
Well, as much as they can give me. Yeah. And I've worked with Urban Renewal also before, so I've had my hands wet with them, as with experience from them. You know?
Just young men or women too?
Well, we train young women.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are coming into it. And matter of fact, the ladies are doing far more better than the guys.
Oh, wow. Why is that? What do you think is accounting for that?
I think for young men today is not really taking the full responsibility. Some of them who have kids, you find that they work different. But the young ladies have responsibilities like children.
Wow.
And they come out, so they really have a drive. The young men today don't really have a drive. And I got to drive them to get a drive.
Do all of them have experience, or are some people coming in with no knowledge about automotive anything?
Well, you know, I look at it like this. When I start my class, I normally put a garbage bin in there. And I want to know if you have an idea, or if you learned it before, or if you've been in it. The first thing you might want to do is just put that information in the garbage so we can start fresh.
Okay.
Yeah, because it interferes with what you're doing
Right.
when somebody else is teaching you.
Right.
So it's empty in the mind. It's like renewing the mind.
Right.
And you learn much easier when you can set aside something else and you have a more clear understanding of learning.
So they come into the classroom and then they go into like a auto mechanic workshop. Like
Yes.
how does it work? And then
We have it's an entire shop.
Okay.
And I don't just teach, but I also do body work for the public.
Okay.
So they're allowed to work on cars. I build a lot of cars myself, so I do mechanical work.
Wow.
I work on antiques. So I have customers that actually bring their car, and they don't have a problem with the students working on them.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Motorcycles as well, you do with?
Well, I used to, but the streets has changed. So I try to stray away from motorcycles.
Oh,
yeah. But I do them
that
more.
sounds like a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do them more. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what advice would you give to young folks who are thinking about this? What would you say to them?
Well, I put this out there. A lot of young men come in there and they just think it's all about body work, and then later on down they find that is more than that I offer. Because I'm not just getting you ready for body work. I'm getting you ready for the work field. My body shop name, the name of it is Ready to Go, Auto Repair. But I realize that we need more men to get ready to go rather than the cars. So getting them ready and getting the cars ready is two things you have to work on.
Definitely.
So I would tell any young man, if you're just looking at auto body, look at auto body on yourself. Work on you. We need some sanding down. So it's a lot more that I offer than just body work.
Yeah.
You know?
So, Ione Hepburn said it before that you're not just a training provider, but are you taking on some, or are you hiring? Or tell us about that.
Well, I have a young lady she's been in the class before, and she learned, and then she came back. And when she came back, she felt like she she knew that she was missing something, so she didn't want to fail. So she came back, and I took her on. And I have another young man also, and I took him on.
Okay.
So they both are working with me, but the young lady is pushing beyond everybody. Yes.
Wow.
And I'm happy to see that, that we have a lady that is working in it. And I pray that other women will support her.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm looking at.
So you do body work mostly, or is it like repair?
We do
all, or you do all?
fiberglass, chassis repair, custom painting, graphics, car detailing.
And what
We
type
do
of
it
cars? Is it just standard cars, like, the regular, not like EVs or hybrids or anything like that? Just standard regular cars, or you do all?
Well,
I'm just trying to understand.
I always put it like this. When you read the label on the can of body filler, it doesn't have no cars on it.
Okay, so anyone, any and all.
The fact that he said fiberglass, he's dealing with a lot of different types of vehicles.
Yeah.
All right.
I got a question for Ayun, if that's okay.
Before we get to it, I just want to find out. So tell us what the class setup. So how many hours a day are they in the class setting before they get their hands working? Or give us an idea how that works.
NTA allowed me to have them for 2 days
Okay.
out of the week.
Okay.
But I open up for you to come every day if you can.
But that's 2 days out of the week for how many weeks? How long is the cohort? 10 weeks. Okay.
10
Okay, that's
weeks,
so
yes.
good.
And they're with you the whole day.
Yes.
Okay, and they can come more time if they want.
They can come. They can come the whole week if they want.
Okay.
Because you learn more.
Yeah.
You get ahead on it.
Right.
And how many can you accommodate with each cohort?
Well, I can tell you what I accommodate from Urban Renewal.
Okay.
I've accommodated 40.
Okay.
Yes.
Over what period? You mean that's
A day?
A day.
Okay.
Yeah.
40 a day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
All right,
All right.
awesome.
And so Urban Renewal and NTA. Do you have to go through NTA to?
No, well, I'm finished with Urban
You're
Renewal.
okay.
I'm only with the
But only with
National
NTA.
Training.
Now,
So
okay.
you have to go through NTA to be with
get-
you.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
That's fine.
Good to know.
So earlier you indicated that the age category, I think, was 16 to 26, okay, which is kind of like a broad, even though they're all young. So you may have some people in that age range just coming out of school, not accustomed to having a salary. You may have people who've worked before, lost their job, trying to upskill or whatever. So do you incentivize by giving a stipend, or is this just, hey, this is your time you invest in, come get better and go find a job? So how does it work?
So we don't do a stipend. I just want to make that clear right now. We make sure that you understand that this is free for the public,
Right.
free for anybody who's 16 to 26, but it is an investment from the National Training Agency. So someone is paying for this free
Right.
opportunity.
Right.
And that often includes uniforms and stuff.
So depending on where they go, they will have to take care. I think when you go to Ready to Go has a tool kit that
Yes.
you have to do. But Ready to Go most times take care of their own students.
They take care.
You know, and I find that a lot of the trainees, depending on where they go, the person may take care, but they have to buy their own uniform.
Oh, okay.
If there's a cool tool kit or something, they have to purchase.
Okay.
Well, we do not provide finance.
Okay.
And I know that sometimes that's the struggle, and people always say that, hey, you know, everybody else is out there providing, why not? I'm going to tell you from where I sit that I've experienced different type of training and the different trainings that are around the country now that provide. And I recognize that people are not more committed because they have the money. They don't come regularly or more on
just be
time
coming
because
for this
they don't dress better
Yeah.
because the truth is what end up happening with providing the money is they come only for the money.
Right.
And so
Right.
we try to continue to have that aspect that this is not about the money.
Right.
The money will come.
Right.
It will come at some point, but right now we want you to focus on your commitment. And if you can do that, then the rest will follow,
Yeah.
as Mikkel has shown.
Well, I think it's great that you indicated while it's free to the participant, it's not a free program. Like so someone is making an investment in your future, so you could balance that off by giving of your time. And so it's like 5 days a week from what hours or which days?
So when you are in the soft skills phase, which is the first 4 weeks, you have 4 days a week. So it's Monday to Thursday between 9 and we used to say 12. We've moved it to to one, only because we recognize that there are some talking that we need to do outside of that. We do a little more encouraging outside of the regular training. And we also try, one of the things we've implemented is try to make sure that they have opportunities to talk about what they've learned that day. And so that helps them also with their communication skills. So at the end of the day, I see you wanted to say something, you know.
Jump right in, Miguel.
Okay, go ahead.
And they also offer free therapy, guys.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's important.
It is. It helps. And I also signed up for it too, and it helps a lot.
Okay,
It helps a lot.
wonderful. Yeah. And you're finding a lot of people need that.
Yeah, so as we see the need of the country and see the need of trainees coming in, because here's the thing, you go on a job, I'm an adult. You don't know what I'm coming home from right now. At the end of the day, these young people, as you say, they are young and they don't always know how to balance, how to navigate certain things. And so we want to teach them how to deal with the issues of life, even as they deal with trying to get through to the next phase of their life.
I know Agatha Marcel, your founder, used to say it all the time when she came on the show that was a big problem, the soft skills, knowing how to talk to people. Just how bad is it? Is that, all of you can jump in. What are we seeing? You know, people really don't know how to communicate out there?
I don't think you know the depth of it. You know,
It's
And
like speaking a different language, eh?
Yes, that's why I mostly talk to them concerning men, on the men aspect of it. Because I find a lot of men today are really rough. And I say we got a culture now where it's displaying coldness. They think coldness is cool. And we got to speak to that, because that's not what we want to produce out there. We want to produce a kind-hearted, soft, and then you're dealing with customers. Okay, so I don't just teach you how to do body work. You got to confront a lot of things. You got to confront your customers. How do you deal with them? So all of these things, even your clothing. We have men that's not well dressed, don't even know how to dress properly. So all of these things is I address with my own self first, and let you know, hey, that can
I
happen.
love how you keep repeating that.
I mean, look at him. He's very sharp. Look at this guy.
And it starts with self.
Yes, it's a work, and I don't. It doesn't matter how you look; it's how you present yourself.
How you carry yourself. So soft skills include what? That's communication. That's
You want to call some? So we have communication, we have attitude shape up, we have self-awareness, we have customer service, we have governance. This is organization governance, so you know the role in your organization and how that fits. We have workplace dynamics, we have teamwork, we have workplace values and practices. We make sure that you also understand money management, as Mikhail showed. We talk about goal setting. So there's a number of things. We have 14 different soft skills that we do. That includes the resume building, and then of course the interview. So at the end of it all, you should, listen, when I first came to the agency, you know, I came in and Ms. Marcel said, oh, I own, you know, we have our own, we provide our own, you call it PowerPoints that we allow our facilitators to do, because we want to make sure that we standardize. And she kept saying, when are you going to have time to go over those? I said, where am I going to go? When I went through those, I was amazed. I'm like, okay, I now see the vision. If I were somebody who wanted to know what I needed to know when I got on into a workplace, this would be the training to do. And I'm not just saying that because I could be hard on some things. I am saying that once you're done and you've really taken the time to go through soft skills, you are ready for any aspect of the workplace. And so if a trainee goes through our program and they've paid attention, our first training is always self-awareness. You know, of course we do self-management later, but we talk about self-awareness because when you understand yourself and you understand why you do things, why things are coming up and so on, you're better able to say, okay, I can shape this attitude because I know this attitude is coming up because I feel a little triggered by something in the past. You know? And so when I get on my job now and I see that this supervisor isn't taking advantage of me, or isn't being upsetting to me, and it's not personal, they have a role to play in the organization. You see how this is going, right? And so it's all about that, and I'm telling you that it's an amazing program.
Some very older people, much older people, need to go through the soft skills program.
So after soft skills, what? After 4 weeks of soft skills.
So after 4 weeks of soft skills, you would have chosen from before you started the training, you would have chosen which practical skills training you wanted.
Okay.
For Mikkel, that was butler service.
Right.
For some of the persons, they may go to auto body. Some others, they have teacher's aid, they have business application and technology. We have customer service now. We also have food and beverage, culinary and baking. So there's a number of different things that you can go through. And that really is just to help you, because a lot of persons may not necessarily go and stay in that particular field, but we want to give you a skill out there to start with, because it is to give you a chance to begin an employment somewhere, an entry-level employment somewhere.
That's 6 weeks?
That is 10 weeks.
Okay.
Yes, so 10 weeks. And at that point, you will go to a provider, as Mr. Fox said, you twice a week for 10 weeks.
Okay.
And of course, it is a 60 hours throughout that 10 weeks at the end. Yes.
We're talking with Ione Hepburn with the National Training Agency. We also have Mikkel Petit-Jean with us, who went through the program and has had great success since graduating in January. Unbelievable, already promoted. And we have training provider Michael Fox. Caller, you're live on the air.
Good morning, Dwight. How you doing today?
Doing well.
And you and your guest. I don't know what's been going on the weekend, but I know yesterday it seemed to be had an all over blackout. Driving all around yesterday. I couldn't get you on radio.
No, we had major issues as a result of the blackout yesterday, Sparky.
And then out this morning, I got you on the phone, but I can't get you up on 969.
Yeah, we're having some major issues. Do you have any questions for our guests from the National Training Agency?
I just turned it on. I don't know what you were talking about. I was just...
Okay, all right.
Thanks for
But
calling.
yeah, 96.9, you're going to have to bear with us on the radio, but listen to us on your televisions or online, guardiantalkradio.com,
You know
or
what?
all the
I
apps.
love that persistence.
We love his, his
that
support.
persistence. He
I
found
know.
you on the phone, Dwight.
Everything is thrown out of whack because of what happened
and he
yesterday.
still found you.
But thank you, Sparky. Okay, so I have a question for you, Mikkel. For folks who are interested in, or who are considering it, being a butler, what advice would you give them?
I would give them, I wouldn't say be yourself, but be attentive. Be attentive, because being a butler is you have to get to know your guests personally, because you have to be with them almost, I'd say 7 days a week the most. That's as long as most of our guests come in. So just be attentive, be on time management. Also, thank God for soft skills.
And if you don't know that this is for you, why would it be appealing to somebody? What makes it a fun career?
It's fun because when you deal with, you get to meet everybody. You get to meet people from around the world. I've met a lot of people working at Sandals. So it's just an experience, especially if you like to get to know people, if you like to serve. That's another thing too. You have to be able to serve. And people think of butler service as, oh, you make a lot of money. Yeah, but no, it's not about that. It's about connections, networking, just getting to know people, getting to meet people, and everything like that.
Yeah, I've heard some amazing stories of
Mhm.
how far you can go.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. We've had people, the guests come back for them. Oh, they put in their 2 weeks notice for the butler, and they pick them up, take them back home with them. So yeah, butler
That
service
is
is
something
awesome.
else. And to somebody out there listening who is in this age category and doesn't know what they want to do in life, but they don't feel like sitting down in a classroom and hearing people talk to them and teach them anything, what would you say to that person who just doesn't know if this is going to be for them?
Do it. Do it.
I mean, because you didn't think it was going to be for you,
didn't.
right?
I did. I just got home. I wanted to hang out with my friends and everything like that, but do it. Just go ahead, do it. July 27th, Miss Everett? July 27th.
Is she the biggest success story you've had? 'Cause, I mean,
she's one of them. She's one of them. Definitely, she is. You know,
I think the guys who are trainers in the butler program
it's
have some
also
great
big.
stories,
We
right?
have a lot of stories, and we want to start talking more about our stories because I think sometimes people just hear the
Yeah.
training. We're not just about training. We're about changing lives and transforming lives. And one of the things is we want to have providers who do the same thing, and that's a part of what Mr. Fox is about. He's about transforming lives, and that's his goal even before us. And that makes it easier to partner with them. When you have a trainee who doesn't know what he or she wants, Of course, that's kind of difficult first, but a part of what our jobs are there is to make sure that we sit with you, talk about what you like, what you don't want. What are you looking at? What motivates you? We've had some people who don't even speak when they come into the program.
Wow.
Mr. Fox can talk about some of that because I'm like, you can't go on to the next level if you don't talk. I need you to speak. And when they come off this program, they may not know, but they're now speaking. They're communicating. And I'm not talking about communicating to guests. I'm talking about these are people who have lost their voices somewhere in life because of something, and they're able to do something after that.
You wanted to say something?
Oh, and that's also the reason why during the soft skills training, Miss Hebron would always come up and say, "Okay, tell us what you learned." And some of the kids, nobody wanted to go up. So Miss Hebron started picking them, and after a while, because she did that at the end. Thank you for that, Miss Hebron. Because I noticed that a few kids just started going up.
Right.
There was no more picking. Everybody just ran up at this point. You had to send some people back to sit down because everybody wanted to, talk. So yeah.
And Michael Fox, I'm curious, any of your students have gone to open shops competing with you now? Or what level of success have you seen?
I will tell you a success story that always stayed with me. I had a young man that didn't look like he was doing very well.
Wow.
And he graduated and left. And one day I went to the insurance company. And he was the one doing the inspection for the cars.
Okay.
To see whether they were damaged and the conditions of it. I was like, what are you doing here?
Oh, man.
And when he told me that, so I looked at it, you're coming in to do an estimate, but you're also learning on how to look at a car and assess the
That is
damages
amazing.
on it. So that was a success story for me.
I'm
I said,
tearing
so
up. I don't know why.
yeah.
That's
So
pretty cool.
You can go quite far.
Yeah.
Because you need estimate done every day. The car, every
He's
insurance
busy.
company is asking for an estimate.
Yeah.
So we teach you how to estimate a car. So all of that is included.
That is
That's
fantastic.
awesome.
That is fantastic. Mikkel.
Mikkel, I think an important part of Mikkel's story that I would like listeners to pick up on is that when her Uncle Frank initially said, hey, come do this program, she was resistant. So we should have an appeal to parents and guardians and loved ones when they have people within that age range who are, not sure of what they want to do. They may not have a job, they may need some support, to go encourage them to sign up for a program that's going to invest in their development.
Absolutely.
Because like Mr. Fox keeps saying over and over again, that any change starts with self, any success starts with self. And this is, from what I'm hearing, it's a wonderful program that can jumpstart a career.
Let's get these final calls in really quickly. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air. Hi, good morning. Hi, yes. Hi, good morning. We can hear you.
Hi, good morning. I have a question for the NTA
Okay.
Yes.
lady.
Yes, you're on.
The representative from NTA, sorry.
Io and Hepburn.
There's a student who is about to finish his 12th grade last year in high school. I told him about the NTA program, and he's never heard of it, surprisingly. One, does the NTA go and make presentations at various schools?
You have another question before I start answering? I heard you said one.
Yes, ma'am. And two, is there a way where as he can sign on to do some programs now, or I don't know, all the courses that offer, or something that he can? Because I'm really trying to help him out, keep him on the straight and narrow.
Okay.
Is there anything that he could possibly do between now and by the time he graduates? So when he graduates, he could just,
You say he's just going into grade 12 in the fall?
No, he is in grade 12 now. Come June, July next year, he's going to be graduating.
Okay. Yeah.
So I want you to know,
Thank you.
and everybody out there to know, that NTA only deals with students after they have finished school. Remember, we're government. So there is a part of government that deals with education, and we don't interrupt that educational part of that. So it's only after you're done with your high school would we take you in. So that's the first part. Well, that's your second question. To go back to your first question, we have been speaking with our guidance counselors, and we actually plan to do some things more with the guidance counselor. We've gone into school. We have career nights, career fairs. that they invite us to. I do agree with you. Sometimes people still don't know, and so we want to get more recognition out there, allow people to know. And so we have some plans. I've been talking to the head of guidance counselors, and we are going to have an open house just with guidance sometime in September to make sure that throughout the school, throughout the city, throughout the country, that everybody knows about NTA and they know that this is one of the options. So I've used moving people to BTVI or UB or so on. Those trainees or those students who you feel may not make it in that road, that road, you can say, okay, NTA is an option, and that's what we are looking for.
And so if you've dropped out of school,
yes, definitely we'll take you.
As long as you're in the 16 to 26.
Yes, yes.
But you want to encourage people to stay in school and
exactly.
finish. And
exactly. We've had counselors who've suggested that we take someone because, this person isn't doing well or they've been making trouble and so on. We're not about that. We definitely will take you if you're making trouble once you're done, but we don't want to stop that because here's the thing. While someone may not be doing their best in school, there are some of those who do auto body in school. They may do food nutrition. So they may have that one BJC or BGCSE that they can get. And if you end that for them, they still don't have that opportunity. So you want to give them what they can have.
Yeah, absolutely. One final call, running out of time. Time's going fast. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air. Hi, are you there? No. Okay. So, again, they're back. Yes. Let's get you in very quickly. Caller, you're on the air live.
This one radio?
Yes, you're on the air live.
Oh, I find it to Jeff's station as one as well off there that I couldn't get it. So.
Okay, yeah, we everyone's concerned.
Yeah.
BPL. Thank you. Yeah, well, I'll talk about that at the end of the show again. So let people know what they need to do. What do they need to bring in if they want to be part of the cohort that starts in just a couple of weeks?
Okay, so if you want to be a part of this, and remember, we have Butler represented here. We also have a representative, the trainer for auto body, but we have a number of other trainings there. And if you want to know what they are, you can go to our website, which is ntabahamas.org. You go there, you go down, you look to what we offer, free training, and if you look in there, it will tell you all of what we offer. If you don't have that time, you don't want to do that, come in today, come in tomorrow, come in the day after. When you come in, you bring your passport, you bring all your voter's card, you bring your police record. And I want you to know, these don't have to be clean. You just need to bring them so we have them. I just want to make sure that because people say, well, if I had issues, then what? They may not take me. No, this is a second chance program. But bring in that police record. Bring in your passport or voter's card. You make sure that you have, sometimes we may ask for your BJCs or BGCSEs only to make sure you don't have them. You understand me? Because the truth is, this is for those persons who need the second chance. Right. When you come in, someone will deal with you. They will take you. I have Lamara waiting at the front desk right now, just waiting for you, And so we will be there. Gail, Tanya, they are all waiting to just speak with you and help you move forward. And remember, we have counseling. So if you have the challenges, we will help you with that even as you go through the program. But the program begins on the 27th of July, people. Okay. Free program, 27th of July. You can't miss it.
No, amazing. And Mikhail, again, you got to tell this timeline, this unbelievable timeline. Graduated in January and became a butler in 2 weeks. And now the butler, what's the title again?
Administrator.
This is wild.
Yeah.
Wild. And when did they make you the butler administrator?
I'd say probably a month.
A month ago.
Yeah,
a month after.
You started? After, yeah.
Okay.
They told me about it. They was like, you know what, we're going to keep you in the office. I was like, okay, awesome.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And Michael Fox, keep up the great work you're doing.
Yes,
This
please
is very
do.
inspiring. I have a few people I need to send to you. We'll get them through NTA too. This is really great. I only got to do more of these.
Yes, and I want to make sure to say that our executive director is Dr. Nicole Andrews. Our executive chairman is Kendrick Knowles. senior, by the way. That's and they are all rooting for persons to come and for this to move to another place.
Yeah.
So we are definitely waiting and doing more. Dwight, take
Excellent.
us, bring us,
Yeah,
so that we can do more.
let's
out
do
there.
it. Let's have more people on. Let everyone see the success stories. Great stuff. Ione Hepburn, thank you so much. Michael Fox, great being you. Thank you so much. Mikhail Petit, Jane, thank you. You've inspired all of us. This is a great story. We want to hear more from you. I know you're going to do well, but thank you for being here and sharing your story. All right, that's the National Training Agency, folks. We're going to be back with our final couple of minutes right after this quick break. This is Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9.
On Angie, how does it feel to have broken the bull riding world record?
Sore, Sean. That bull was angry.
Angie, I think that bull is headed towards your red convertible.
I broke the world record and he broke my car. Oh well, at least I've got CG Comprehensive Motor to cover this.
Get covered for collision, damage, and more. CG Atlantic Agents and Brokers. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Guess who's back?
It's that time again for the 31st annual Michael Scootery Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic.
Bring it on now, let's go.
Whether you're a player or a fan, you don't want to miss this one. The action starts July 13th at the Hope Center. Log on to peaceonthestreets.com and register. Come on, everybody, we're going! That's the Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic, where we shoot hoops instead of guns.
Game time. Southwest Plaza has so many stores, I've been trying to find a sensible way to list them all. There's CBS Bahamas, the Ashai Institute, BENC Snack World, Bamboo Shack Bahamas, there, the Athlete's Foot and BTC, Games and More, John Bullfine Threads, Alive, Bahari, Dairy Queen, 700 Wines and Spirits, Sandy's Clocks and Island Luck, Starbucks and Lowe's Pharmacy, plus Marco's Pizza and Lorraine. Southwest Plaza, what a wide array of stores. Southwest Plaza, stop by today and explore.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Whether you're 25, 45, or 65, financial security is important to you. It's important to FamGuard too. And whether you're starting your career, growing your family, or expanding your investments, the FamGuard group of companies has the products and expertise to meet your needs. Life and health insurance, home and auto coverage, pensions and annuities, investments, and mortgages, all backed by the company's reputation for financial strength and reliability. Visit your nearest FamGuard office or FamGuardBahamas.com today.
At Cleveland Clinic, you set your course, not cancer. So when your journey takes an unexpected turn, you seek out the experts who've conquered it before, and you forge new paths to help fight cancers. For every route to a cure, for every care in the world. See how we're innovating cancer care at Cleveland Clinic today.
It is time for your morning business report brought to you by CFAL. Bahamas Grid Company speaking, issuing a statement saying that New Providence's electricity grid is experiencing peak loads between 8% and 10% above the corresponding period in 2025. BGC issuing a statement yesterday as the utility continues to work on major infrastructure upgrades designed to improve New Providence's transmission and distribution systems, reliability, and resilience. BGC said it's working alongside BPL to maintain the transmission and distribution network while meeting this increased demand. Read more on that in today's Guardian business section. IRCA finding that BPL failed to fully recover its fuel costs despite increasing fuel charges under its glide path mechanism, prompting IRCA to signal regulatory action aimed at overhauling how fuel costs are passed on to consumers. The electricity sector regulator said in a statement that by the end of the glide path period in March 2024, the independent consultant conducting the review found that BPL still had an under-recovered fuel balance of approximately $37.6 million. They explained that while the glide path responded to genuine increases in global fuel prices, it did not meet its objectives in recovering its current and accumulated fuel costs. IRCA also has eliminated the Class A and Class B licensing system for gas service workers, replacing it with a single license tied to an individual's qualifications, training, and demonstrated competency, according to its recently published statement of results and final decision on gas service worker regulations. The regulator said the new gas service worker regulations repeal and replace the provisions of the gas supply regulations governing the licensing of gas service workers, establishing a more flexible framework that reflects the wider range of activities now taking place across the country and its natural gas sector. And local travel to the U.S. declined during the first 5 months of 2026 by 1.5%. That's according to travel industry publication Travel and Tour World, which said it is part of a broader trend that the U.S. tourism industry is facing from the Caribbean. TTW saying in the article that higher travel costs and changing consumer spending have led to weaker demand from several Caribbean markets to the U.S. In your Market Watch, recapping trading on the BISX from Friday, your market movers, Bahamas First Holdings moving 29,000 shares, closing at $2.29, down 1 cent. Bank of the Bahamas moving 23,700, up 1 cent to 8.46. AML Foods moving 6,500, up 16 cents to $10.06. Famguard moving 2,700, up 1 cent to 7.74. Cable Bahamas moving 2,015, closing at 3.77, unchanged. Finco moving 1,266, unchanged at $18. Colina moving 1,000, down 1 cent to 17.99. Consolidated Water down 1 cent to 5.89. Emira Incorporated moving 2,265, down 35 cents, closing at 12.59. The BISX All Share Index closing at 3,223.67, down 0.20. That's your Market Watch, and that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. That's going to do it for us today. DeQuessa, you are here today. Deandra is going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Before I go, I want to send a big shout out to Bahamas Waste Management Team for always tuning in, and also Geneva Brass.
Okay.
They said to tell you hi.
Oh, wow. Great. Love them all. Thank you all so much. Again, remind everybody, bear with us as we are having challenges on 96.9 on our terrestrial radio signal. It is damaged as a result of yesterday and a few other things. But the signal's going to be weak for some time as we work on that. But you should have no issue on television, if you're listening on television, or any of the apps associated with that, and our website and apps as well. So again, it's growing pains.
Yeah.
Boy. Have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green coming up next.
It may be hot outside, but you can stay cool knowing B.O.B. is backing your summer plans. That's because summer starts with Bank of the Bahamas.
Whether you're paying school fees, planning home improvements, or taking a much-needed vacation, B.O.B. offers the lowest consumer loan rate in the country, and we will beat any rate offered by 1%.
So don't sweat the small stuff. Let B.O.B. help you take care of business so you can get to summer fun. Apply for your B.O.B. summer loan today.
B.O.B., your bank of solutions. This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.